think I have to name it. Nope, it's just going. All right.
Whoops, wrong one first.
Ah, there it is. I was gonna say.
Last time on Dear Dear Alimar. Our semi-group of prison escapees had left the prison. They'd broken free, despite not having much group cohesion. They stuck together as they chased down one of their fellow escapees, a wild woman named Elion. Chasing her down, the party dispatched a group of kobolds set an ambush for them. Stumbling through the new snowfall, fearing the onset of cold, and for the most part gearless, the party sought a stranger who seemed to have armed men in her employ. Perhaps she could provide them guidance and support and help them get back on their feet and on their individual paths. Approaching a cave mouth in the cliffside, the party met the White Hoods, a group professing to follow freedom, though a little shady in their methods of it. The party met the leader of the White Hoods, Ipuki.
Spell it.
Ipuki was a little wary of helping the party. As they pushed to join his crew, he said, "Wait a few days and we'll let you know." Alright, that worked. I was going to end a little differently, but that definitely worked.
A little rushed at the end. Why not?
Yeah, that was a good ending. I liked it.
What was his name?
Ipuki Bloodaxe.
IPUKI.
Ipuki Bloodaxe.
What was his race?
He was human. Big human. Big. Yeah, that's the race. He's big.
I'm not gonna lie. I expected us to be in the prison a lot longer.
There's a possibility.
If we kept ignoring his fucking pass.
I was ready for anything at that point. I never know what you guys are going to do.
I just thought like the storyline was gonna be almost like working our way through like prison archetypes type of thing.
That's a lot of work for you guys and me. And I didn't see you guys engaging enough NPCs to make that happen, which kind of fell true, and none of you engaged any of the NPCs outside of Mike being creepy.
I was in a hole.
Well, that was your fault.
Down in a hole.
Hey,
You've got the
Mike
part
tried
where
his
you got-
best to get into another one.
Oh,
Don't forget the part where you got peed on, Dave.
I am a urine-soaked urchin.
Yes, you are.
I successfully got to sell someone out. I caused the death.
Yes, you did. Mike is grateful for that. He just hasn't told you yet.
An undead world is just gonna haunt you like the voodoo doll from last.
He's going to send various body parts crawling at you.
Oh, that
Cut
would
them
wreck.
off, and all of a sudden an inching finger attacks you in your sleep.
Just a hand crawled across the like thing.
We lost Ryan already? That was quick. And now we lost Adam as we're getting Ryan back. Oh, Ryan's got a bald spot. Whew. All right.
sorry, I blew
When
out
Adam
my
gets back,
keyboard
who can
earlier.
walk away now?
I like cleaned out my keyboard earlier, and
No, that's cool. As soon as you started sitting down, Adam got up. So I was like, "Oh, Adam's back. Who's leaving now?"
Sorry. Like, everyone around me has their heat on, and I had to open a window.
Totally, bro.
what the hell? Pop free, you piece of shit.
So I believe we ended just kind of in
Waking
a
up.
fast forward to...
It was like, you guys wake up and we're done here. Really?
Lawrence is either frozen again or in the middle of the longest puff.
Not frozen. Nope, I'm still moving, and you're all still moving for me, and I don't even know what's happening anymore.
Well,
You guys are gonna have to tell me when I freeze because I have no idea. Am I frozen still?
no, you're active again. You'll see.
Okay, I had no idea if anybody was hearing me still, or...
Watch the recording, and you'll see. You just like hiccup for a solid like 30 seconds, and like as soon as you went to vape, and it's.
I'm still here.
I appreciate you holding it for so long.
Okay. Fuck. Whatever. Whatever, man. Alright, so as you wake up, you hear much movement and bustling going on in the cavern around you. You see, you spot as you each individually sit up. A Pookie Bloodaxe step forth from his tent, look over in the general direction of the tent with which you have been provided, and call out, "Oh, great heroes, come on over."
Why are we're not great heroes.
That's really sarcastic for a group who's never introduced themselves as such.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck.
Hey, stop critiquing. I asked for a critique outside of the session, not in session.
So I'm going to poke my head up and look around for these great heroes he's speaking about.
You see your companions arising.
I am looking about, but also like, who great heroes? Great heroes here? Where? Eric's want to see.
Oh, Jesus.
What the heck, man?
I walk over confidently.
I'm gonna say to Eric's, "Stand, you fool! He means us."
Eric's
With a
not
bit of
great.
time and courage, we shall be as great as he says.
Dave trying to be inspirational. I like it. And Ryan just giving us random symbols.
Ow. Yeah. I told you I was cleaning out my keyboard. It's got
Thought the first one was an accident, and then they kept coming.
At Jay saying this, I'm gonna stand up and Eric's be hero one day? Like the sound of that. Okay, Eric's be hero. And I'm gonna follow Chris.
What's his name?
Oh, God. Hold on, I got it written down. The door.
Not Hodor.
No, the door.
Da-da! Da-da, the door!
I'm gonna follow the door, and I'm gonna have a confident kobold strut about me now that Jay is spoken as he has.
I'm going to rise and shrug. I'm going to cast Minor Illusion to give myself a heroic set of plate armor with a cape, and I too will strut over.
All of Mike's detail is going into his illusioned armor descriptions.
Looking directly at the door. Ah! So you do think yourselves heroes. Where's your Goliath companion? Still sleeping, or did he decide not to try to join us?
He's probably sparring. That's what he seems to like to do.
Pookie cocks an eyebrow, looks over at the sparring ring, which you see is empty, and looks back at you. Right.
I'll go fetch him. See if he's ready.
Fetch
I'll
big
go
hero. Need him here.
I'll go look for Pavu.
Looking back at the door. What's your name again?
The door. Son of Nimrin.
And you and your fellow escapees are truly interested in joining the White Hoods?
I can only speak for myself. And I believe I'm here for a reason.
Well, I have a task for you to prove yourselves. It seems a patrol has found your trail and is on their way here. Go out, kill them, and bring me... There's probably at least 6 or 7 of them. Bring me at least 4 of their heads to prove that you're not Damaran spies and you're truly interested. Find me after you've done that, and we'll see about making you a hood.
Simple enough. Consider it done.
Good. You can each take a basic weapon off the rack if you need it.
How? I know that. I'm assuming the bow's in decent condition since I took it off the guard. I know you said the daggers were in incredible disrepair.
Yeah, the daggers are in pretty bad shape. The bow seems to be pretty, not greatly maintained, but it seems to have been maintained to some degree.
Okay.
Serviceable, for sure.
Is there?
You've got some pretty bad arrows, and you've got some decent arrows.
That's what the question was going to be. Is there a quiver?
You had another question?
Well, yeah. Is there a quiver? Like, instead of grabbing a weapon, can I grab a quiver to take?
Well, you can ask. You can certainly ask.
Eric's have bow. Bow's still all right. Still strong. More arrows?
Suppose you can grab a half quiver if you need it.
That'll do. Thanks.
Any other questions?
I require a buckler.
I'm afraid we don't have any.
Why you need?
So be it. I'll make for defense. It's all about the balance. Good attack, good defense.
Eric's not no pet, so important.
Buckler, my friend.
I was gonna clarify it in a second.
And I'm clarifying to Eric's.
Dave, you can see him if Ryan wants to tell you where he is.
Hey, Ryan! Hey, Ryan!
All right, or you can do that.
I'm
Hey, Ryan.
sorry. Apparently my dog's being really aggressive with my daughter, so I had to...
Wolf a dog.
Yep. Don't interfere.
I'm trying to find you because you're not with the rest of the party. Do you want to be found?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to walk over and say, "Hey, Pavu, we're being beckoned as great heroes to come on a mission to prove ourselves as White Cloaks, I assume." Are you ready?
I do not consider myself a great hero. Certainly not here.
Not yet.
I have no interest in being a great hero to these people.
I'm gonna whisper, "Don't tell them that."
Lawrence, would the... You kind of made it sound like there was a rack that we're picking from. Would the quiver be separate? Do I have to, like...
You see somebody in the area of the rack, which is by the practice arena, that seems to be fletching. So you don't see any arrows or bows laid out, but you see a man that does appear to be fletching arrows. So
You seem like you know. Big man say Eric's gonna have half quiver?
one second. Where's the book? There it is.
I will stand up and dust myself off. Oh. I have nothing on my person. So I might as well. Hopefully they'll give me some gear.
I make arrows. Oh, Pookie said you could have half quiver, eh? Fine. But next time you see me, bring me at least the same amount of straight sticks or some small pieces of iron.
Straight
Is that
stick.
understood?
Straight stick or small iron? And I nod fervently.
All right. He hands you a small bundle of 10 arrows tied together with a string.
Thanks. See you next time.
Right, monster.
I do my walk back to the door. Very happy with my arrows.
Find what you need.
If somebody just said something, I don't know because you all froze for me.
I asked Eric if he found what he needed.
Yes. Man, give Eric's half quiver. Need bring sticks.
Do I hear that?
Sure.
Oh, where are they giving out equipment?
Are we
Over
even
there.
back there yet?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys aren't far. You're relatively close.
Well, that's why I asked if I could hear it.
Over there, on that point. I'm gonna wait out for you outside by the entrance.
You see a rack of weapons, mostly of basic form. As far as bladed weapons, you see nothing larger than a short sword. You see numerous clubs and a few spears.
And am I allowed to take as much as I want? What's going on here?
Big man say
What
one
you-
thing.
All right, and I'll take a dagger.
We're being tracked. We're required to bring back 4 heads from the party that's tracking us to prove that we aren't Demara's spies.
I'm only allowed one thing.
Beggars
Apparently
can't be
so.
choosers, am I right?
Far better with 2 weapons in my hands.
Well, you already have a club.
No, I don't.
Yes, you
You
do.
do.
Oh, I do?
I gave you a club.
Hmm. I didn't write it down.
What a shame. What a shame.
My fault. My fault. Alright, well, if I already have, it's just an average club,
Yep, 1 die 6.
then I'll grab a short sword off the rack. I don't know how 2-weapon fighting works in here, and I'm not gonna lie, I haven't done any research, so I apologize.
Well, it's a good time to open up the book and take a look.
Yeah.
'Cause
Or,
in a book, take a look.
or you can just
Reading
tell me,
Rainbow.
and that'd be just as good.
Or you can open up a book and take a look. Because it's in a book. Reading Rainbow.
So if it's light,
I appreciated that, LeVar Burton.
See? I knew Dave would tell me.
which both a club, I believe a short sword is also no a short sword.
Should be.
Yeah, short sword is also light. It's in chapter 9.
Chapter 9.
Alright, so I have a club and a short sword. Both, I believe, are D6. Nope, club is D4.
Wait, is it?
Yep. Short sword is D6.
When you take the attack action and attack with a light weapon, with a light melee weapon that you're holding in one hand, you can use a bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon that you're holding in the other hand. You don't add your ability modifier to the damage of the bonus attack unless that modifier is negative. If either weapon has the thrown property, you can throw the weapon instead of making a melee attack with it. So if they're both light, you can use your bonus action to attack with the second one.
It's page 195 if you'd like to read it for yourself.
Just take a look. It's an book. Reading Rainbow.
It wasn't intended to be a prompt for that again. It was just... I personally do better reading it myself than I do trying to remember Dave reading it to me. So.
Oh, you don't like Dave's impersonation of Steve?
Especially when I don't know. I feel like I stutter sometimes.
You do, all the time.
Don't add your ability modifier to the damage. Oh, so I get my strength on both attack. No.
Strength on your main hand. Strength on main hand.
Yeah.
Nothing on your
Nothing on off.
on off end.
I like mine better, but that's
Why? What was yours?
right above Canada's.
You've linked the Reading Rainbow song.
Featuring DMX.
Featuring DMX, I missed that. Oh, yeah.
Let's get it on. Nigga, my nigga. Suck my dick. My nigga. Nigga. There we go.
It has less barking than I thought it would.
Lincoln provided all the time. Mike's gonna get a lot of that. Why is my signal so bad? It keeps going in and out.
I just love the automated gunfire at the end because it's DMX, so...
Talk is cheap.
I can't go anywhere.
Speaking of going anywhere.
Alright, so what are we doing?
Oh, I'm going to search the weapon rack for a quarterstaff.
You find one.
All right.
Two-weapon fighting kind of sucks.
Unless you got the class feature.
What's a class feature?
Well, the
Fighting
ranger
style.
the ranger or the fighter, I think, make it better.
Yeah, that's what I... God damn it, Billy. That's what I have!
Well, you
Oh, you're a
specify
fighter?
that.
Yes.
Well, take a look in your fighter. Under fighting style, under two-weapon fighting.
Let's revisit the
Take
meat,
a
shall
look.
we?
It's in a book. Reading Rainbow.
Fuck off, you're fucking reading Rainbow, alright? Fuck your reading Rainbow.
Hey, LeVar Burton's a national treasure.
When you engage in two-weapon fighting, you can use... I can use my ability to the modifier for the damage. Reading. Huzzah.
Don't you love books? They tell you everything you need to know.
Punch you in the throat when I see you again.
Most likely at my wedding. The smackdown.
See, that's more incentive for him to be at my table so I can punch him in the throat.
Alright, so what are we doing?
believe.
Although
the
I'm
door-
assuming Lawrence is in your wedding party, so.
I'm out front meditating.
I was gonna say the door already headed out, so Eric's will go join him.
All right. You see your
Yeah, sure.
erstwhile elfin companion sitting on the ground, cross-legged, oming.
Oming, like O funny sign M? Like the power unit?
Yes, exactly.
How many watts am I pumping out right now?
Yeah, seriously, I want to know.
You're a 6 gigawatt furnace right now.
Nice.
The snow is melting off of you. Yeah. As you step outside, you see that some pretty significant flurries seem to be starting to come down.
Starting to flurry. All right.
Motherfucker. Shall we go ask for coats? Or maybe cloaks to blend in? They probably have some spare one of those.
I'm already wearing the enemy's clothes. I figured I could go in as a lure and we jumped our trackers. Although you are right, maybe you should find something to stay warm.
Well, do we still have those stupid fucking slippers?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
The moccasins? Yeah, we were sent out to cut down wood.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking of when we went back after the first one and the moccasins were taken back. But
Yeah.
You got nice little, not really warm moccasins on your feet. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop my head back in, find the guy fletching arrows, I guess, next to the rack of
Yeah, you
weapons, and say, "Hey, it's starting to snow out there. Is there any clothing or white cloaks you could lend us?"
Chief say you could have some,
This is
No.
my
and I'm afraid not. Why are we showing weird multicolored dildos on the screen? Everybody looks up.
It is an educational.
Everybody
Screen.
snaps up. What?
Educational toy.
The instant reaction there was perfect. Everybody,
With all
eyes
the things
wide.
we've said about Dave, I'm like, oh, she's like, which one tonight, honey? And he's like,
that'll educate you on something.
Ew.
How many times has that been used on Dave? That made me sick to my stomach.
Can you do it? Give us an over/under.
10.
Over.
Oh yeah, that's a solid over. I would have put it like
Especially when
a
it
close 50.
squeaks.
Nah, I'm actually gonna go against this. I don't think it's been used too much because there's still rings that are on that thing. I feel like if it was used on Dave enough, they just right into the void.
Dave goes to 5 guys after every time, so they come back out.
Alright, while Dave's petitioning for gear, I'm gonna begin
Who's got the dog with the squeaker toy?
I'm gonna begin using the weapons that I have and just kind of like warming myself up. Because it's been a while. Kind of trying to limber up a little bit.
All right.
And also, is the cold doesn't affect me, correct?
No, you're fine.
Okay. Well, I'm just basically like doing this, just kind of like limber up my. Basically, I'm just doing like stretches, mock attacks, kind of like warming up my muscles because they really haven't been used for this in a while.
All right.
Working through like different fighting combos I was taught, just kind of like trying to refresh myself.
I'm going to use Druidcraft. I'm assuming this tells me how the weather is going to be throughout the day. It doesn't really
For the next
specify.
20, gives you an idea for the next 24 hours.
Alright. Tell me. What does the
Yeah,
magic
nice
ball
little-
tell me?
A little giant cloud with giant snowflakes appears on your phone.
Assuming Dave comes back empty-handed and he's not trying anything else.
I'm gonna go over to. Fuck, what's his name? Ipuki?
Oh boy.
And say.
Good.
You're going back to his tent? You
Oh,
don't
'cause-
see him.
Because he just told us go kill them and then left.
You weren't even there for that, so
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back outside.
your call.
Empty-handed, huh?
Yeah. The guy shucking arrows said if we weren't explicitly told we had permission, then he wasn't going to give us anything. I don't know who we got permission from, so.
We were told one thing, and I'm sorry, I was only thinking for myself. I'm adequately dressed. I do have another set of clothing from the other guard. Much too large for you, but perhaps you could wrap it around you in some fashion.
Yeah, I'll try to. I guess what's going to be the? I'm going to try to figure out the thing that affects me least in combat.
Well, I'm going to give you a shirt, and I give. I forget Mike's name.
Zook.
Zook and Eric's the pants. Do the best you can with this. Perhaps you could tear it in half and fashion 2 scarves. I don't know. I'm doing my best.
At the comment of tearing in half, I already am.
I offer a hearty smile and accept my half of the pants. I'm assuming we're doing a leg for leg and not like.
You each get a leg.
I'll like go with the seam and just kind of like split them that way.
So I'm going to use my longsword to cut the tunic I already have. And I'm going to use the pants to kind of fashion a tie. I'm using the human's tunic, so I'm pretty much trying to make a robe out of it, fitting a gnome.
And I'm going to basically just readjust the length of the arms so that they don't hinder me during combat.
How are you readjusting the arm?
I'm cutting off the with the dagger.
All right, give me an intelligence check. Mike, you as well.
I'm putting the pant leg on my tail.
I figured you're doing something silly.
Sorry, Dave. I want to cut off Dave before he goes, but Ryan talked first.
After I go through basically my combat actions and I see them all doing this, I roll my eyes, place the weapons to the side of me. When you're done fretting about the cold, let me know. We can turn the hunters into the hunted. And I get down on the ground, I begin doing push-ups.
All right, well, both Zook and Jay are successful at altering their clothing.
Oh yeah, didn't Chris? You have something you want to do?
Well,
Before I go.
Dave already succeeded, so
After successfully making my robe, I'm gonna shiver. Still a bit chilly, and I'm gonna use minor illusion to create a hood and cloak made from spotted white furs.
Okay.
And I'll say, much better. I'll start
Even
flipping
though
around.
it's not. But
Even
yeah.
though it's an illusion? Okay. I was just... Okay.
It's all mental.
I'm gonna turn the pant leg into a tail sleeve.
All right. Are you just sliding it on your tail, or?
That sounds like a very Eric's thing to do.
Okay.
I want to try to keep it there and not just like walk around with a loose pant leg on my tail.
What are you doing then?
Series of knots. See like what I can tie and tighten around my tail.
Give me a use rope check, Dex.
18.
All right, you managed to mangle up both your ratty tunic and the pant leg and fasten it to yourself.
Shake my tail about a little bit. Eric's good. So if they're
Shall I?
tracking us,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say if they're tracking us, I should head back to where we were, or let's see.
I mean, yeah, you can completely ignore what the Goliath said.
Well, I heard what you said. I was also thinking that we could do kobold things, but never mind. I'll just follow you.
No, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm just simply, you were talking about like backtracking. I stated the hunters can become the hunted. Let me know when you were done, and just started doing push-ups.
And Eric said he was ready,
Nobody.
and I was just musing out of character.
Oh, okay. Then continue to muse.
Waiting on you guys.
I'm
We both
doing
see-
push-ups.
Yes. You're
Pavo,
doing-
I think we're ready.
We both seem to be avid trackers. Shall you take lead, or shall I?
I'm good in the snow. I know the area. It matters not.
Oh, if you know the area, by your lead then.
Right. Probably need dice.
Might help.
Yeah, just just a little.
Tiny bit.
All right. What am I using? Survival.
You're depending on what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to work my way. I'm trying to find our tracks and then work us out of them and around in hopes to gain some sort of advantage.
All right, give me a survival check, yeah.
Uh, 16.
Unfortunately, the area around the cave, which is where you are, seems to have been muddled quite a bit with numerous footsteps as people have come and gone, in addition to the 3 days passing and new snowfall. Makes it very difficult, and you're unable to find exactly where you came in.
How about a positioning as to where? Actually,
You
I'll
can
just
figure
check.
out the general direction you came in from, but you're unable to find exactly is what I said. What I meant.
Yeah, I just want a general direction.
Yeah, you find that.
We came in this way, but I'm having a hard time. The ground is too disturbed.
I'm sure if we make back to the general area, we'll eventually run.
Well, we came from this direction, and I'll just generally point.
Oh, by your lead, giant man.
You can call me Pavu.
Right. Scratch my head a little bit, sorry.
And I will head in the general direction.
All right. As you march out, the snow continues to fall. Pavu completely unaffected by it. The rest of you, it's quite chilly out here. Can I have a Constitution check from Zook, Jay, and Eric's?
all my Constitution checks be good on the die because they're not good on paper.
Mike, is that 19 yours in this roll, or? All right. So you all take each and every one of you, except for Pavu, takes a deep shiver as a cold blast ruffles what little clothing you have. You instantly regret not finding something warmer for your feet as you start marching through the snow. Zook, Erics, and Jay, you're feeling this cold quite severely, and you fear if you're out here too long, you may start seeing some negative effects, we'll say. But for now, you're fine.
Hey,
I thought Ryan was frozen there.
while Pavel is tracking our general direction, I'm going to look for signs of small to medium-sized
Next 3 days.
Small to medium sized. What?
game.
Did not hear game.
That's the cutout thing again. I gotta wait like 2 seconds after I'm done talking. I don't know what it is.
Give me a survival check. Everybody just get up and walk away. This works.
I'm basically gonna do the same thing as the door, looking for something I can.
21.
Give me a perception check, Eric. The door, you. Unfortunately, game sign seems pretty scarce. You're pretty sure that the proximity of the camp is deferring most of the larger animals, and the onset of the winter appears to have sent a lot of the smaller animals to hibernation. The forest itself, the forest itself seems to be pretty silent, and you see no sign of game trails or tracks.
I will check again once we're further out.
Okay. What was your perception there, Eric?
15.
You were looking for game as well, or you were looking for something else?
I'm basically looking for something I can use as additional resistance to the cold, whether it be an animal that I can make use of parts or vegetation of sorts that I mean, not that I am as good at Ryan, but I do believe in my backstory. I came from a mountainy, tundra-esque area.
Yep.
So something that I would be familiar with that I could purpose in that way.
Give me a knowledge nature check. I know what you see. I'm just undetermined if I can give you any hint or tip or more information.
Knowledge nature is going to be a 20, not natural.
All right. Unfortunately, most of the vegetation seems to be unhelpful, and you see no signs of animal tracks. What you do see is a lot of fresh pine needles on the surface, and you're training with your mentor. You're aware of where pine trees are. There tends to be a solid layer, a loam level of pine underneath it. And though they might be itchy, at worst it does provide insulation, and there's a lot of it.
I'm going to let out a bit of a and go do exactly that.
Alright, so as the party's traipsing along, you hear that from Eric's as he starts digging in the snow, pulling out piles of older pine needles. And presumably stuffing your shirt is what you're doing, or?
Yeah, so I'm picturing this now like the homeless packing, kind of like when they ball up newspapers and just stick them in coats and whatnot.
Yeah.
That kind of situation. So I want to, as best I can, stuff the tunic and tail sleeve that I've made.
Right, as you do so, you note that an advantage of being a kobold is you have scales and not skin. so the pine does not create an itching sensation like your mentor warned you of.
Can I do a wisdom save to see if that would also insulate mine?
Sure, wisdom check, not a save.
I will say to the party, big friend look good, but old friends say when cold, use pine. He said itchy, not know what he's talking about.
9.
You're confident this will be a great idea to follow Eric's lead.
All right, I'm gonna say, Pavel, hold up. I'm gonna try to also insulate myself, and I'm going to stuff the oversized shirt into my my pants and start filling my shirt with pine needles, with old pine needles.
Almost immediately, you feel rather itchy.
Oh God, it's itchy. It's very itchy. Your master was right. Our previous friend.
Chain smoking time, huh, Mike?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All the time. All the time is chain time.
Itchy is better than cold, and I'm going to keep going. I'm like, all right, I think I'm good now. Let's go. And I'm going to also try to put Pavo between me and the wind as best I can.
Okay.
You're drafting with a Goliath?
Yes.
It's a good idea.
It's not bad.
While we go, I'd like to keep an eye out for any bulrush or cattails.
Explain.
Those are the grass that look like sausage you'll see next to, or corn dogs that look they're by water.
I don't think he needed that explanation.
Next to water.
Well, they grow in the wilderness a lot. Point is when you break those open, they have a cottony material inside that would be good for insulation. It's a bulrush or a cattail.
Would those grow in the tundra?
That's what I'm Googling right now.
I cannot,
whether seasoned or...
Also, I cannot fathom the amount of time it would take you to harvest the cottony inside of however many fucking plants you did happen to find, if God forbid you did.
I'm a gnome. I'm small.
Also, would Zook know that?
Zook is very smart.
Daedor might.
Why are you saying their names?
That would be something I would know. I'm basically resigning myself to that. I have no knowledge of the tundra. I'm going to learn as I go here.
So, I just Googled it, and neither of those are shown in common tundra plants, so no.
Okay.
I told you about the pine.
If you could provide sourcing, I may consider saying yes, but I am not familiar enough to argue with Google.
Eric told you about the pine.
I thought pine was a good idea, but yes, I'm wrong.
Hey,
Mike
I used
throwing
it,
out-
and I relayed, and Dave used it, and
He's
Mike
talking about
throwing
how
out
itchy it
plant
is.
facts out of the blue.
you'd create an illusion and just convince yourself that it wasn't itchy anyway.
I mean, if I
Patriots
could.
lost. Patriots failed to clinch again.
Did they lose?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
They didn't lose on whatever the fuck you want to call it last game, though. That was
That's
astounding
kind
to
of
watch.
funny. 17-10.
Alright, well, Mike decides what he's doing. I'm gonna buy it.
I'm not going to do anything. I'm just continuing on.
Well, it's too late. You already gave him an excuse, and he's running away. It's all mental, guys. It's all mental.
Maybe I'll start gathering some leaves if I can find some of those. Imagine those would insulate well as well.
Leaves?
You mean like the pine leaves? Like the pine trees that grow in the tundra?
Oh, so it's, yeah, okay. I'm not familiar with tundra. Zook is, but I'm not.
Educate yourself. Let's take a look. It's in a book. Tundra Rainbow. Alright, so what are we doing? We stopped momentarily to pine up two of your companions.
Once they seem ready to go, I'll keep moving.
You're just going to keep moving in the direction you believe you came from?
Yeah, I mean, you said fresh snowfall, but I'll still attempt to track our tracks in.
Alright, another survival check then.
15.
Unfortunately, you are unable to find your own trail. You have in mind the general direction from which you came still, but other than that, you're unable to find where you were.
How big are the trees around us?
The trees themselves are rather large. They're spread out though, so it's not like a thick forest. Uh, it's more like a tree every 10, 15 feet. The trees themselves clearly are quite old as they've grown to very immense heights.
I'm going to approach the nearest tree with some low-hanging limbs and attempt to climb it.
Give me an athletics check.
I'll turn to the party before I do so. Wait. I'm trying to get our bearings. 17.
Alright, you climb 10 feet up, no problem. The tree seems to be holding well under your size and weight. Unfortunately, with the thick boughs around from where you are, it's almost impossible to see farther out than looking outside of looking straight down.
That's fine. I'm going to continue to climb up until I can see out.
Alright, give me another athletics.
18.
Alright, as he's climbing the tree, anybody else doing anything?
Yeah, I'm going to move away from the base of the tree. Gonna find another tree.
When I paused and started packing pine, did I get enough to build an insulation?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I will just, with shortbow ready, I will just kind of step back and let him do his thing and await word.
And I'll just keep an eye out if I see anything.
Well, seeing as how we have a scout, I'm gonna start kicking up snow as a fucking pillow in case this dude takes a dump.
Okay. So I've got one looking around with a bow. I've got one trying to build a base of cushion. Zook, Jay, you were moving away. Anything else there? Zook, anything?
Getting more concerned about the cold, I'll start looking for young that are more soft.
A young what that are more soft?
Pine needles.
Give me a perception check.
So 4.
You are unable to find any.
Okay.
I like the irony that it's called a pine needle, and he's looking for soft ones. I don't know. That makes
That's the real danger with the heroin is the hard needles.
Jay, anything else?
No, I'm just gonna keep a lookout at a nearby tree, trying to keep the tree between me and the wind. And
Lawrence, with the flurries and whatnot, how lit is the outdoors at the moment?
Super lit.
How lit?
Yeah, like how bright is it out?
It's daylight. It's fine daylight.
I just
The
didn't know.
trees, though tall and thick, don't block enough light to make it dark.
I just didn't know if the like kind of using it to gauge how heavy the storm is, if it's like slightly overcast or if it's coming in or what.
Yeah. I mean, there's heavy winds coming through, and the snow definitely seems to be picking up slightly, but you can see just fine. Give me another athletics check there, Pavu, and everybody give me a perception check.
24.
Pavu, as you're climbing the tree, you're about 35 or so feet up. The tree is definitely starting to thin out where you are, and you're starting to become concerned about, one, your ability to stay up here weight-wise, and two, the tree's ability to hold you up at the height you're at, as the wind is causing the top of the tree to sway. And the higher up you get, the more violent that swaying is.
I'm not going any higher than this then.
Right. I am
Perception
missing
from me as
one.
well.
Yeah, everybody, yeah. Alright. Everybody but Eric's, you hear what sounds like a very loud and violent gust of wind coming in your direction. You're pretty sure it heralds.
Pretty sure it's who?
It
Froze again.
heralds something. It brings doom for Pavu.
You recognize the sound. Give me a wisdom check.
All right.
Wait,
You froze.
you cut
so
out.
It was. You said gust of wind that heralds, and then you stop until
Heralds the onset of the real storm.
Okay.
You all heard that?
Yeah.
Eric's, you seem to recognize the sound. Give me a wisdom check.
Um, 17.
All right. You've heard this sound before. It's the sound of a big white-furred monster. It eats kobolds. You remember it from the mountains.
Oh no! Wait for Bitey on the way. Eats kobolds. And I'm going to try to scramble up a nearby tree.
All right, give me an athletics check.
That'll be a 16.
All right, you scramble up 10 feet, and just in time, as a hulking creature covered in snow-white fur seems to appear out of nowhere from the snowfall and winds around you. Standing about 10 or 11 feet tall, massive, almost bear-like paws with elongated fingers and claws, two curled and curved goat-like horns adorn its head top, as its fiery ice blue eyes come charging towards you, its mouth agape, revealing fangs and teeth, as it attacks the closest of you that it can see. Zook. Armor class.
11.
Hitting you with 2 claws. Ooh, max damage roll, that sucks. Oh, you're lucky. Hitting you for... Alright, maybe not max damage. We'll give you a shot. 18 damage.
I'm unconscious.
You have 19 hit points, is what you told me.
I have 19 max, but I have 13. Unless I didn't do the rest during those 3 days. That's probably what it is.
It is.
Yeah, we definitely fully rested.
Okay.
I think one of you might still be exhausted. Probably the guy looking around with his eyes, trying to look at everybody else. Yeah, that one. And it snaps its gaze over in the door's direction. Please give me a Constitution saving throw.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Base weapons and no armor.
Nat 20.
Alright. Its chilling gaze seems to run a shiver of freezing cold down your spine as you feel your muscles tighten, but with a force of will you shrug it off, not letting it affect you, as whatever this beast's magic passes over you. Everybody roll initiative.
Gloom Hunter has something cool with initiative, I think. Yep, add my wisdom to it. So...
I want to see a kobold in action. Be good in combat, we'll be friends.
Well, like I said out of character, I'm basically treating distance as courage. So as long as
Alright,
they're not near me.
Dodor, you are first.
I heard you. I'm just checking to see if this spell's a bonus action, which I'm pretty sure it is.
Expeditious retreat. I'm out of here.
Peace, we weren't friends.
I'll find the balance somewhere else.
What are you, you're a druid?
Yeah, I cast Shillelagh.
Shalali!
He's a druid.
I was thinking that is like, by the power of Grom! Or something like that. Power of Grayskull! Or Thunder! You know, that's how I always pictured the shillelagh. A blast of light as you hold it up for the air. I don't know. You can graphic it however you want, or I will. Alright, you mutter a few words, and your club seems to glow and grow vicious gleaming curves and edges, hardening as your magic courses through the club.
I'm regretting this course of action because this thing now scares me now that I'm actually processed what I just did. Fuck it. Alright, I'll go thwack.
You're gonna go thwack it.
I'm gonna go thwack it.
Alright, thwack away, sir. You hit that Yeti.
Let's see. 4 plus 2 plus 19.
19 to 25 is a hit.
Oh, I didn't push the talk. Sorry, max damage 12.
Alright. Your club crashes in to great effect as the Yeti howls, turning its icy breath and gaze back upon you. You're pretty sure you heard something break within the beast. Anything else?
No, I'm done.
Zook, you're up.
All right. So Zook spent over a century studying the library at the academy. I mentioned in the backstory he was fascinated with creatures from other lands and spent a long time studying them. Is there anything I can recall about this creature and any natural predators it might have?
Give me an intelligence check.
That's going to be a 22.
22, he says. You are not familiar with any natural predators outside of, you'd suppose dragons would probably eat anything. And you recall this beast is likely
Beast is likely, and then he froze.
Yeah. Why is my... Can't wait till I move out and have my own internet. Jeez.
Are the parents watching Netflix?
Patty's probably playing Destiny 2 on her Xbox. So it's probably draining the bandwidth. So what did I say to you? What did you hear?
It's likely to...
That's all you got about it?
Well, that you suppose dragons would be a natural
you
predator.
heard that part. You are lucky that the beast didn't come upon you in the full strength of the storm, as it's a true snow predator. What was your roll again?
22.
You don't remember exactly what, but you feel something about fire may be advantageous.
All right. I am going to cast Minor Illusion 30 feet away into the trees, beyond the line of sight.
It has to be within your line of sight.
A point I can just barely see by a thicket of trees.
Okay.
The roar of a elder red dragon, and the kind of the slam of him landing, and the continuous roar for the next minute until I cast something else.
Okay. You note the beast flinch at the sound. Anything else?
That's all I got.
All right, Pavu, you're up. Up in the tree. That's where you are. Up, up, up. Well, technically, you're over there for me, but
All right. So I am attempting to is he directly under the tree?
No. You can see, like, maybe his arm from your perspective looking down. But that's about it.
Alright, I'm attempting to make a controlled fall from the tree and attack him with both weapons as I land. Yep, that.
Basically that. Didn't Rec just do this a couple sessions ago too? In a rage.
All right. Give me an acrobatics check first.
16.
And give me an attack at disadvantage.
How many attacks?
You're making an attack with both weapons, you said, so.
Yep. So both weapons are at disadvantage?
Yep.
It's fucking gay. I don't think I can get worse than that. Yep. 11 And shit, 21.
All right. So you first off take 6 falling damage, and you hit with your offhand. You're gonna add 3 to your damage for the offhand. Due to the increased gravitational fall and body weight behind the blow.
You said add 3?
Yeah. Make it 5.
14 damage.
And that was with your club?
Short sword.
Short sword. Alright. You were all surprised to see the sight of your Goliath companion hurl himself down from the tree, somehow miraculously managing to avoid most of the larger branches on his way. Crashing to the ground, and as he does so, his short sword clashes in, drawing blood as it drives deep into the beast. The club goes wide. The earth and snow around him puffs up in a large cloud. And the boom of the impact echoes across within the small forest area which you stand.
What would an intimidation be?
Charisma check.
No, but like a bonus action?
In this case, yeah.
I'm going to attempt to intimidate. What is my intimidate? 16.
What are you doing?
Basically, as I land and draw blood, I'm just going to roar at it. And
Okay.
kind of like, and stand as tall as I can to just kind of be like imposing on a creature that's fairly large.
Alright, creature blinks at your roar before returning with a massive roar of its own. Its
Nice.
icy breath impacting across your face, causing small ice crystals to form on the hair about your face. It does not seem to be intimidated at all. In fact, you believe it now thinks you are a rival predator.
It's alright. I am a rival predator.
Works for me.
Alright. Eric, you're up.
Alright, so you said I had climbed 10 feet in the tree, right?
Yep.
Alright, if I recall correctly, falling damage is for every segment past 10.
If you're medium sized.
If you're medium sized, yes. But I'm also jumping into a fluffy bed of snow.
Ryan took half damage because he's large.
In theory.
So if you're small,
10 feet isn't a bad fall if you're 5 foot, 5'10". If you're 9 feet, 30 feet isn't terrible. It's bad, but it's not necessarily bone breaking like it would be for a human. If you're 3 foot nothing, 10 feet, pretty high up.
Just stand on the branch and start popping arrows.
Well, what I want to do is climb down. I just don't know how you want to factor that into movement.
Think you broke out there.
So what I want to do is climb down.
Yeah.
I just don't know how you want to factor that into movement if I'm 10 feet higher.
Well, it depends on how careful you want to be.
I don't want to take any unnecessary fall kind of thing. I don't want to slip, but I want to be quick about it. How close is this to me anyway?
They're about 10 to 12 feet away from you.
Yeah, I want to get down pretty quickly. I just don't want to
So it's going to take your movement to get down safely without a risk of hurting yourself.
As a Gloom Hunter, I get 10 additional feet on my first turn.
And you have what, 25-foot movement, 20-foot movement?
30.
Oh, you have a full 30?
Yep.
So you're at 40 feet on your first turn?
Yep.
All right, so yeah, you get down, you'd have 10 feet, but I still need an athletics check.
Okay. Athletics check is going to be a 19.
All right, you scrabble your way back down, grateful for your toe and hand claws, as they make climbing quite a bit easier than they would for a soft-fleshed human,
All right, and
which nobody ever plays, except for Wes that one time.
So what I'm going to do is, with a bonus action, I'm going to cast Ensnaring Strike.
That's a spell?
Yep.
Player's Handbook, or...
Yeah, Player's Handbook. It's page 237, vocal component. Next time I hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends, mass of thorny vines appear at the point of impact, and the target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the vines until the spell ends. Large or larger has advantage, and there's some damage tied if they don't succeed on freeing themselves. But
Cool.
so I want to.
I like it. I don't think we've ever seen that spell before. I love new stuff. Yay!
So I want to use Ensnaring Strike as a bonus action, and then I get 2 arrows because I took my additional 10 feet during my first turn, and I'm going to attack.
Okay. With your bow?
Yep.
All right. Snare, snare!
So
As you draw the bow, a magical vine seems to appear and wrap itself around your arrow as you're about to fire.
So my first shot is going to be a 23.
That hits.
That'll be enough.
So do you want to do damage first, or do you want to
I'll do
spell effect?
I'll do the damage, and then we roll for
Okay.
the
Go ahead and roll damage then.
max damage. All right, that's going to be 11.
Alright. Alright. Your arrow strikes home, and as it does, vines lash out from the point of impact, wrapping it up. And what's the DC?
DC's 13.
I have advantage. It's 13.
Yes.
It breaks free of the vines.
I figured it was a long shot, but I had to try it.
The vines that wrapped about it shrivel away as it seems to flex and snap them.
And I will shoot it again anyway.
Alright. You get 2 attacks already?
Gloomhunter does. If I take the first turn per initiative, I get the extra 10 feet, and if I take it, I get an extra attack, which deals another D8.
Huh. Nice.
So that attack is going to be an 18.
18?
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
Alright.
I gotta look into this Gloom Hunter thing.
So that'll be 9 more damage.
Where's Gloom Hunter? Is that Xanathar?
Gloomhunter Xanathar, yeah.
I was like, that's not in the normal book.
Nope. Increased dark vision. If in the dark you gain invisibility, you get that bonus. It's comes across like a ranged assassin. For a cave dwelling monster, it seems like a pretty good get.
Huh. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, so yeah, that hit.
It was 9 damage for the
9
second.
damage. Alright. And that brings us to Jay.
How far away am I?
You are 5 feet away.
Right, I'm gonna walk up to him and attack.
Poke him with your dagger.
poke him with my short sword.
Oh. Oh, you said you grabbed the dagger.
Yeah, I have a dagger in a second hand.
Ah. All right.
So 21.
That's a hit.
That is
You note the Yeti appears to be much the worse for wear after all the various blows it's taken.
6 damage.
And as your short sword pierces its side, it gives an icy gasp and collapses.
Oh.
Everybody small around it, please give me a dexterity save to avoid being fallen on.
Everybody small around what?
Around him. You're fine. You're a little further away.
Alright, just clarifying.
But the two small people next to him look. And you manage to leap away as the beast falls with a thunderous crash as snow puffs up all around it. Blood leaking from its various wounds. The beast is defeated.
Seems Sylvanas has provided. First things first, though. I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Zook.
I want to... This is gonna be
You recover 8.
How much?
4 plus 4.
I wipe my brow and thank you.
Thanks, Sylvanas. It appears she has provided us with warmth.
I want to reclaim my arrows if I can.
One of them is broken, and the other you can recover.
Well, that pelt would make one hell of a white cloak. Huh? Huh?
It's a shame we couldn't make anything fancy out of this. We'll have to do something makeshift for now. Hopefully it doesn't ruin it.
I'm not sure if we have time to cut the pelt off.
I'm quite deft of hand. Maybe me and Pavo could tag team it. I'm sure he can hold the... What do you think, Pavo?
Hold on, this is very important.
No, jeez.
Did you just say making fuck?
Alright, so you're trying to butcher the Yeti's dead and we're trying to skin it?
Trying to skin it and then, unfortunately, kind of ruin this pelt and make makeshift moccasins. I like trash bags on feet, but with pelt. That's my mindset, anyway.
I think we should just mark the location, go kill some jailers, take their shoes, come back, and then skin it. But we probably wouldn't be able to find it again, though. So maybe we should just skin it now.
Bitey skin keep warm, sure, but blood easy to track in snow. Let hunters come to us, make traps?
I'm gonna look at Eric's and say, "You often use traps?"
I'm kobold.
You just use. I thought your kind just use numbers.
Numbers and number of traps.
If you all are as cold as you claim to be, to properly strip the fur off the Yeti and then make makeshift boots. It would take far longer than for us to simply trudge out into the snow and the storm, find these trackers, kill them, and bring them back.
I fear that one that's accustomed to snow underestimates one that
That
isn't. But I am plenty warm, so I'm ready to move forward.
Do you think the cold will stop if we begin skinning this beast?
No,
At
but
least
I
when you
believe our
move,
smaller
it's still
friends will be
warm.
warm. Oh, that's also true. I'll give you. You and I are plenty warm. Our smaller friends can speak for themselves.
Eric's plenty warm too. Pine help plenty.
I've never skinned a pelt before. If you think you can do it quick, sure. But otherwise, I'd say let's go. Although the white cloaks would probably appreciate the pelt.
Then we can come back for it.
Do we have time to hang it, or do we leave it open to other predators? Oh, skip that. We have no rope. Never mind. Let's move on.
In this type of storm, you're not going to see wildlife coming out much.
Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a hard time to find it again, too.
I'm going to make a mental note of our surroundings and keep another mental note about the direction we go, and hopefully I'll be able to trace our way back to it.
I'm
But
gonna
convinced, I'm ready to...
Sorry.
No, I'm done now.
I'm going to go mark the nearest tree
how?
with my dagger
How are you marking it?
with an X
Okay.
in the azimuthal direction of the corpse.
In the what?
Azimuthal direction.
I hate you. I hate you so much sometimes.
I'll ask that you do not damage the trees unless entirely necessary.
I forgot. Sorry. And I'll wipe off the blade.
Well, if you wish to bring the pelt back, would it not be necessary?
Oh, I'm an avid tracker. I feel like I could make our way back to it. I'm only embolstered with the fact that we have another tracker.
You keep cutting yourself, man.
I'm waiting 2 seconds. You know what? Fuck push to talk. Fuck it.
You should just, if you do push talk, just end with "do" or "the door." That way we know when it's done.
Anyway, I'm only emboldened in the fact that I have another tracker with me.
Over.
Oh, what's done is done. Let's move in. I'm off push to talk.
Over.
I'm so annoyed with it.
Over.
This isn't the first complaint he's gotten on Discord about push to talk. So
You can also do break. I'm invigorated to know we have another tracker. Break. I feel confident we can find things now. Break.
I have trouble RPing and talking on a regular basis. That just adds a whole new layer that I'm not prepared to deal with.
Speaking of us having another tracker, it's your turn.
Wasn't much paying attention. What was your frame of thought here? General direction of where we came from, or were you keeping an eye out for something I wasn't aware of?
Your first mistake is that you weren't paying attention.
Oh snap!
I was looking for game for our comrades for the reason we just discussed. Perhaps it wasn't so wise in the end, but...
What comrades?
Oh, snap.
I just hold my arms out and motion towards our three other friends here.
Oh, snap again.
They seem cold.
While they go back and forth, Eric's is going to try to get a general sense of surroundings and direction we came from back when we headed towards the White Hood's cave.
All right. Survival check.
20, not natural.
All right. You feel confident with your directions. You think you're heading in the right one. You feel like you could lead in the direction of either the prison camp or the cave, either way.
Just lead. The faster we bring back these heads, the faster we'll have equipment.
Very well then.
I say.
I'm gonna go.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say out loud. Eric's is just prison camp this way, cave that way.
I'm gonna roll survival anyway. 20. Actually, 22, sorry.
You would concur with the kobold. Concur with the kobold.
Well said, Alex. Let's go. We'll make a tracker of you someday as well. And I head into the direction Eric's pointed in.
All right. Everybody not warm, give me a constitution check. In this case, everybody but Pablo.
As we go, I'm actually going to start casting Prestidigitation on my clothing items to give them a warm effect.
You have advantage on your roll. But you no longer look like you're in fancy clothes.
Ah!
But it's not a concentration. Neither of them are.
DM.
This is the hill that Mike dies on.
Yep, all off prestidigitation. I want to look like I'm fancy and be warm.
Lawrence, is the pine still useful, or is the pine still useful?
It's keeping you warmer, but you don't have advantage yet.
All right.
Especially now with all your vigorous climbing and shooting, you seem to have lost some.
Meanwhile, Pavu over here. I didn't even roll Goliath for that reason, but I'm like over here like, yep, not a problem.
So I get a 17 on the Constitution, and I will repack Lost Pine.
Okay. Everybody else seems to maintain their warmth level. Managing to keep their feet from freezing up.
Jesus, right out the rip. Lawrence is like, here, have exhaustion. Here, freeze to death. I'm not going to give you enemies to fight. You're just going to have to
survive.
Not die.
It's great. How many campaigns have we rolled and we've all grabbed like bedrolls and winter blankets and not needed?
Truth.
You needed the bedrolls.
And now Lawrence is like, you don't get gear. Fuck your winter blankets.
That ring of warming I never used, ever.
Isn't it fun?
You get a ring of warming. We're in the desert. Fuck.
I feel like you guys are complaining.
Oh, jeez.
I don't understand why.
We're what?
Complaining.
Oh, I'm actually really enjoying.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm just surprised that like No, not even surprised. Like exactly what Adam said. We've always had this type of stuff, and we've never needed it. And it's like, hey, you get no gear. Go have fun in the tundra.
I'm trying something different here, guys. Come on.
No, I totally
I
agree.
really
I'm not
enjoy it.
bitching. Don't take it personally. I think it's fun. I just think it's cool that it's like we've always like been super prepared with rope, and even when Ken was like, "Let's just tie it." Oh shit, we can't tie it up.
Yeah, this is super cool, Lords. Especially when I don't have to deal with it.
All right, Tracker Man, where are we going?
I'm heading in the direction Lawrence told me, and I'm waiting for my next cue.
You're a druid. Turn into a deer. You'll be fine.
Spore druids. I would ideally not have to do animal form until I get multiple cues, but
Well then, whose problem is that?
mine.
Mm-hmm.
What is a
You
spore
can
druid?
turn into a bear and be like, I'm nice and warm. None of this matters.
Spore druid. What are you, just like a plant necro now?
Yeah.
Pretty
You're a
much.
fucking mushroom?
Yeah, exactly.
Mike's jealous. Belmar
I
used
used
to
to
be
be
close to that. I used to be a mushroom. Does that mean you can command me?
I got nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
Thank you for making my less obvious reference more obvious.
I almost did it, and I was like, no, I'm going to let it be. I was so close. I was like,
That's terrible. Give me perception checks, everyone.
Dave's sitting over there like, I don't know that movie.
yeah.
If you really don't know that movie, Dave, it's a shame.
The Fockers?
Well,
Hey!
that's the sequel. That's the
Fuck 'em.
sequel. You saw the sequel, but not the original?
Meet the parents, meet the
Yeah.
Fockers.
I know.
Right.
You clearly didn't, Dave.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Why is it my perception checks I'm rolling, like, incredible on? And then I'm like, make an athletics check. 4. Oh, alright.
All right. So Pavu, Zook, and Didor. Sorry, trying to get the names down. You hear just barely over the wind what sounds like a series of voices somewhere up ahead. It's hard to gauge distance based off of the wind, though, as the wind may be carrying it farther or maybe obscuring somebody that's closer. But visibility is going down, the winds are picking up.
I put my finger to my lips and start waving backwards, motioning to hide.
I immediately looked at the door.
Okay, and I do that in
Him
response.
doing this.
No, I know, but like as he was doing it, it was kind of like a "Do you hear that too?" type of thing.
Before I can process what you're doing, I do that.
See him doing that. Where's the nearest tree to me?
About 10 feet
Left, right, center.
left. You gonna climb and do another kamikaze jump?
Nope. Maybe. I'm going to kind of like force a gaze on him, gesture to the tree, and then slip off.
Realizing as I look back that Pavu is a giant being, I'm going to take a moment to make sure he's well hidden behind a tree, if that's even possible.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to like
Well, I'm seeing how
crouch
successful
down.
you are.
Yeah, so I'm like crouched down, low to the ground, and basically like kind of scuttle off and get myself behind the tree.
Yeah, I'm going to stealth in response as well to the door's signals.
All right, everybody, give me another perception check.
Wait, what was my? Well, I'm going to assume. Never mind. Sorry.
What was your what? Sorry, I must have missed what.
I looked back and said, as Pavu starts hiding, considering his huge stature, is he able to like hide successfully or quasi successfully?
That's on him in a stealth check. I mean, he's able to get behind the tree. Whether or not he's able to hide himself is really up to his skill at it.
Did you want us to?
Well, am I able to see him in his current? Never mind. Let's just roll it.
No, he's
But
no. Chris is
you're all
right.
scattering and moving, so it's yeah. I mean, if you want to hide, give me stealth checks. If you don't, if you're just trying to scatter, I was going to do it after the perception, but that's fine.
Okay. No, we can do it in your order.
Stealth checks, everybody. Starting with Dave's stealth check. Everybody, give me stealth checks.
I'm once again putting my white cloak on. Give me a stealth.
Sure. Yeah, they'll give you advantage. As Eric's Pavu seemed to disappear into the snowfall. The door barely less so. And oh, that's stealth, not strength. Okay. Yeah, and Zook does too. Okay, I got 1, 2, 3 perceptions. I need Dave's perception and Adam's perception still.
Mine was a 22.
You might have put it up above, but type it in again. Alright. Everybody except for Dodor. You catch what sounds like screams and shouts suddenly coming over the noise of the wind. Sounds like there's combat up ahead.
Gonna move over to the closest person that I know of and say, sounds like combat. Should we attack or move forward?
Are you shouting
You
that?
say
or-
as you lean towards Eric's his position. But you can't see him. You saw him disappear in the snow somewhere over there.
Okay. All right. Next person other than Eric's.
Alright, you see Zook. He's the only other one that... Oh, never mind. Zook had a good roll too, right? Where's yours?
No, I think Zook
No.
was the only one that didn't.
Nope. Zook,
No, Zook got an 18.
Zook is... You're pretty sure you know where Zook went to, though. Your perception means you can't see him. You feel like you're almost alone if you looked about the clearing right now. You wouldn't see anybody. You saw where Eric's went down, and you saw where Zook went. And you have a rough idea where Pavu and Dodor went as well.
All right. I'm going to go to the tree that Pavo was at
Okay.
because he's the biggest one that I can probably find.
You nearly step on him, but you spot him finally.
I'm going to say, sounds like combat. Seems like a good chance to attack.
I'm hoping you're whispering this.
Yeah. It's blazing wind. It doesn't matter. But yeah. As low as I can. Like, I'm trying to get as close to you as I can so I can talk as low as possible and still be heard.
I'm going to nod silently and gesture for him to follow, and I'm going to begin moving towards the sounds.
Alright. Though the rest of you find it hard to hear your companion say, You spot as Jay moves over to where Pavu disappeared and see him say something as Pavu stands up and just making a following gesture and start moving forward.
Okay, as I'm behind him, I'm going to start singing so that he can hear me. Pavu will save you with a gentle heart, fear not, or give start, for he will stand to level the band and protect the small and feeble.
One, how long did it take you to write that? Or two, what Google poem did you rip that off of?
It took me in between not listening to you guys this whole time.
All right. Everybody else, what are you doing?
I'm going to put my arms up in the air with a quizzical look on my face, wondering what the hell these guys are doing, maintaining my silence.
Oh, do I see that?
Yeah. Everybody sees that except for Pavu and Jay, who are walking away.
I'm stealthing away. I'm using the storm to my advantage.
Okay, yes. Who is stealthing away?
I whisper over. There seems to be a struggle ahead. I think they're going to check it out. I'm going too, and then I'm going to start stealthing ahead.
New perception.
Eric's and Dodor, neither of you hear that, but you do see as Zook stands up, says something in your general direction, and starts following.
Well, I heard the combat, I believe, and I see Pavu and Jay heading off, so I'm going to stealth to keep up.
Okay. Dodor's like, what the guys?
Well, I want to stealth to keep pace, but not, like, catch up to them.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, assuming I missed something, new perception. Whether I have advantage or not, it's your call.
You do not, but you can make another perception.
A lot.
That's not helpful.
19 plus whatever my thing is.
Again, not helpful.
I'm looking.
19
Perception.
with a
23.
All right. You do, in fact, hear what sounds like screams in combat.
Frustrated with myself, I move forward stealthily.
There's an R in the beginning there, too. Frustrated.
What'd I say?
Frustrated.
Frustrated.
Sorry.
Oh, you just put my whole life on my head. I do say that, don't I?
Yeah.
Frustrated. Yep, all the time.
He corrected me like 10 years ago. And then I noticed that my mom does it. And then a lot of people do it.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
Fair enough. My
I'm
stealth,
just
if you
worried
require
that you
it.
changed the dictionary.
Another one is ornaments. People say ornaments. They added D in for some random reason. And now I correct Ashley every time she does it. She does not
My
like
stealth
that
is an
word.
18.
Alright, what's everybody else's stealth? Love the
You
sudden
should have
movement to the
advantage
side.
in the fucking snow.
Or they all have disadvantage?
You. You're good, you.
Ryan gets double advantage because he's a Goliath.
Since Minor of Illusion doesn't take concentration, do I feel like I'd be able to give everyone white cloaks and keep it up?
No, because as soon as you cast it again, you lose the others.
Yeah. Dummy.
Take a look, it's in our book. Read your spells, Dumbo.
He doesn't have a spell book.
Oh, that's right. Ha ha ha.
Ah!
Oh, man. I want to sing Zook's song.
Oh boy, I kind of want you to too.
Have you actually written songs, or are you actually just, like,
No,
Jay
I-
wasn't kidding. This is what he's been doing for the last week. He's like, I got to live up to Lawrence's Baron. I got to start writing songs for everybody.
Right, but I feel like Dave wouldn't really put that effort in. I feel like he's just got a bunch of open tabs for possible scenarios. Everybody AFK.
Yeah, I noticed that. Jeez.
So you want me to sing
I'm
it?
not really holding attention tonight, I guess.
So you want me to sing it to entertain you?
I gotta do more combats, I guess. I don't know.
I'm really liking the campaign so far. So
Yeah, a lot.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. I'm getting a lot of negative instead, but I like hearing positive too. So it's good.
I don't believe I'm giving you a bunch of negative.
Just saying. This is new territory, man. I'm trying.
It is literally new territory. We don't
Pretty
don't
sure,
spend
I
time
wanted
in
to
the
get you guys out
tundra.
of Sathis. I wanted to give you guys something you hadn't done before.
pretty sure I've responded pretty positively.
It just feels like General Bader all over again.
He was the master.
He got changed to a general because of you guys.
Oh no.
And Mike, that is the problem with not thinking through the names of your NPCs.
When you're in this group and or know Steve, you need to think through names of everything, and then you'll be told how wrong you are anyway.
Yeah. That, and then Durdberg got transformed, and
To Turdberg.
yeah, because I hate you guys.
Chris was shaking his head, and then he heard Turd Drug, and it brought him back.
Good old Turdberg.
That's all I got. That's all I got for you right there, Chris.
Hey, at least your NPCs haven't just nonchalantly become pedophiles.
Hey, well, there was tips and hints there, so I ran with it.
There wasn't, but okay.
Sure there was.
He's dead now, so I
Yeah,
don't have to deal with
he
that
deserved
ever
it.
again.
Mango Brawler was creepy.
And
his
now we
name
can
was-
all rest easy that he's not
His
going
name was also frustratingly hard to say for some reason, which makes
You
me, I
have
don't-
the book. It's not like I did that on purpose.
You still did it.
Yeah, you could have changed it.
Here's this NPC established in the book. I first start DMing. Why not?
Yeah. Freeform everything. Wahahaha.
Mango Bro. No, fuck that. Steve.
Hey.
This guy's name is Steve.
Hey, thanks for filling in on off weeks. Fuck your characters.
All right.
Thanks for the
Perception
break.
check as you all stealth forward.
What happened?
Perception.
I just gave you one, didn't I?
Nope, you gave me a stealth.
No, the 19 was a perception.
That'd be weird because I asked for stealth and that's what everybody else gave me.
No, because you said the stealth was after Dave, which was the nat 20 plus 2.
That's cool. So you failed your perception.
My 19 failed.
Yep. That's the stealth check.
I gotta side on Lawrence on this one, bud.
Okay.
And if you want to roll a perception, roll a perception. That was a stealth. Getting a lot of not nat 20s out of you there, Adam.
Did you ask for it when I got up?
I don't know when you got up. I wasn't paying attention to you specifically.
Well, I know you rolled stealth, and then I said girlfriend aggro, so
Everybody
No.
rolled stealth. Yeah, that was
Alright,
all stealth.
whatever.
I don't know why it's that big a deal. Just
It's not a big deal, but my point is, I'm not wrong.
okay. You're not wrong. It's a 19 then. All right. So as you creep through the snow, you catch glimmers of white blurs and what looks to be blood flying as you grow closer to, excuse me, the source of the shouting. You see a group of what was once clearly 8 guards under assault from what looks like 2 beasts similar to the one you fought earlier. 3 of the guards are already down. as the other beasts continue their wholesale slaughter of the guards before them. What do you do?
I'm going to begin studying the creatures and what they.
And what they
Yeah, you cut out.
Oh, what they do in their natural.
No.
do in their
breaking out,
natural.
bud.
I'm
You need to
guessing
talk
could have
more.
I'm studying the creatures and what they do in their natural habitat.
There you go. I got that whole phrase finally.
What guards do they look like?
Give me a wisdom check.
15.
Well, they seem to be slightly better equipped than the prison guards you've seen before. They definitely bear a striking resemblance.
Okay, so
What color are their cloaks?
Their cloaks are black.
So definitely not white cloaks.
White hoods. White cloaks are from Wheel of Time.
Why do I have head of white cloaks on my notes?
I don't know, but Dave's
How do I
been
miss
saying white
hoods?
cloaks too.
Yeah.
They're the white hoods.
White hood. Dated neck.
If you've read Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time, the white cloaks are all in that. Completely different organization.
Fair enough.
Hi? What?
He pulled an Adam. Instead of the little ducky, we get Chris's cute face.
What the hell just happened there?
You pulled an Adam.
Apparently.
How... I know you said that. So how many guards are still standing?
5.
And there's 2 of the beast. How... I want to see how wounded the Yetis look.
The Yetis? Give me a perception check.
16.
You see a few cuts on them, but the guards do not seem to be doing nearly as much damage as you were able to.
I'm gonna motion to Pavu. Should we attack or just wait and then try to defeat the beast by ourselves? It looks like they're winning handily.
As you say this, you watch as one Yeti picks up the guard in front of him and literally bites his head off.
He's taking the heads. We need to kill the Yetis. Son of a bitch.
And I froze out a bit. If anybody said anything, everybody was frozen for like 10 seconds.
No, we're fine.
No.
We're,
Okay.
we're just thinking.
All right. Dilemmas.
I fear letting nature run its course is not going to dawn too well with our patron here. It might be too late as it is. Let's get in there and hope that the pelts are enough to carry us forward here. And I'm going to start charging in.
All right, initiative, everybody.
Oh, poop.
Oh, go to the bathroom for that.
No, my big dexterity didn't save me that time.
All these new names, I'm getting confused on my own list. All right, Pavu, you were first.
I'm assuming he's talking as we're deciding initiative.
He said, "Let's get in there," and that's you don't have to charge in. You don't have to do what he said, but
All right.
he said,
Well,
"Let's get in there." So that's why I'm having initiative.
okay. Well, I was basically going to break. I was going to break rank immediately after seeing one of the guards' heads getting bitten off.
Okay,
So, how far away is the nearest Yeti?
15 feet.
And I would establish flanking with a guard.
Probably not. You got maybe you might give him flanking, but you
All
wouldn't
right.
have
Well,
flanking.
okay. Well,
Not immediately, but
I move into the nearest Yeti and attack.
okay.
First attack is a 16.
That hits.
Second attack is a assuming I only hit with one.
I didn't hear what the second attack was.
11.
11 does not hit.
Eight damage with my club.
All right. The Yeti roars in pain and in shock at the blast, at the hit. Anything else?
No, I'm done.
Zook, you're up.
All right. How far is the nearest Yeti from me?
About 15 feet.
Okay. Is he behind cover at all? Especially with
No.
All right. And
Well,
I will.
technically, yes. If you're going for the nearest, because then Pavu's in the way.
Okay.
He's large.
What about the second nearest?
He would be clear.
Okay. I'm going to cast Firebolt on him.
Ooh. Okay. Fireball.
Fireball.
That's going to be a 23.
23 hits.
Yeah, that's 8 damage.
All right. The beast immediately roars and whips its head around in shock and pain. You note a look of fear seems to pass across the predator's eyes as the flames strike it.
Do it again.
Anything else?
Nah, that's it for me.
Quicken spell.
Ha!
Eric, you're up.
Exist.
I want to. So with the two beasts and the group of guards, I'm going to cast a spell. Spell is oh, no, wrong page. Sorry.
Fireball.
Target of the attack and each creature within 5 feet of it. I want to get as many of them as I can. I'm going to cast Hail of Thorns.
Within 10 feet, so you will hit guards.
That should be fine.
Okay. It's a three-way fight!
You said they're not White Hood, so I'm not too worried about hitting guards. Alright. So it's another spell when I hit a creature with a ranged weapon attack before the spell ends.
Where is this spell?
This one is 249 PHP.
Really? I didn't see it in the PHP. I was on 249. Oh, there it is. Cool. Okay. So what's your attack roll?
Well, that's similar stance on the first one because new initiative. I'm gonna move my extra 10 so
Okay.
that I get my second shot, and my attack roll will be 18.
All right. As you draw your arrow, after muttering a few words, sharp, spiny thorns seem to sprout from the arrow shaft as you release, and it strikes home. Roll your damage.
It's going to be 9 damage.
Okay. And what's this? What's the dex save?
DC is 13.
All right. What's your damage?
Seven.
All right. You look unpleased as both Yetis seem to take at least some damage from it, though their thick hide seems to deflect much of the damage. One of the guards is not so lucky, as you watch he's pierced by multiple thorns and collapses to the ground. One of his allies does not look pleased, but survives.
And I will fire my second arrow at one of the Yetis.
Okay. The same one?
Yeah, that's fine. That's going to be a...
You really think Kesha's that sexy, Ryan?
Fuck yeah.
going to be a 22 on the attack.
That hits?
And 10 damage.
Alright.
Wait, how'd you see that?
Because I'm in that group, man. I'm in the Discord. I see everything.
You're an unfair advantage?
Yeah?
He joined
I'm in
for
there.
a Civ session a while back or so.
Oh. Well, yeah, fucking Kesha's. Very nice.
And one day, he get this. Alright, your arrow strikes the Yeti, who was looking a little worse for the wear, with the burns and the arrows and the thorns. He's not pleased. Anything else?
Nope, I believe that's the gamut.
Okay. The Yeti, who's been burnt and harmed, gives a chilling glare at Zook, who is not here to make his save. So when he gets back, he has to make a Constitution save. It then charges at him. So attack of opportunity for Pablo.
Yeah, buddy.
Do it!
Also, she's like the Christina Aguilera of now.
Okay.
I just hope she doesn't get fat. Do I get to attack with both my weapons?
No.
So only main hand.
Yep.
Is attack of opportunity advantage?
No.
Might
Zook,
be.
give me a con save.
By the way,
18.
Lawrence,
17.
there you go.
By the way, what?
I was going to say, music is coming through much better today.
I put on the snowball as opposed to my headset mic, so that's probably why.
18.
18 hits. You had a 17 save there, Mike?
Yep.
Alright. You feel a icy chill pass through your body, though with force of will you shrug it off. What's your damage there, Bobby?
7.
Spreadsheet. Alright. You get a nice solid blow in as the creature, clearly on nearing its last legs, charges at Zook and attacks.
Why don't I get to attack with both weapons?
Because attack of opportunity is a reactionary, so you get one. You get both on your attack action, and that's because of your class. Otherwise, it's a bonus action to get the offhand.
Oh, okay.
So, Zook, AC is 11 still.
Yeah.
And he hits you twice for a shit ton of damage.
Reroll.
Dealing 23 points of damage.
Okay.
So I believe that knocks you out.
So
Yeah.
actually reroll. Shit.
Mama said knock you out
Death saving throw? Question mark.
on his turn. It's not enough to insta-kill him.
Don't you get hit for 100%?
Pretty
If
close.
it's 100% on top of whatever brings you to 0. You get brought to 0 and then enough that would have killed you from full, then.
Isn't his max 19?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm
had
confused
no
on this
health
roll
before
then.
So he
I
was
had-
at, you were at what, 8, 10, right?
I was at 9, so it was what, 23 damage. So I only took
So
14
you took
after.
14, so if he took 5 more, it would have killed him.
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay, so it's got to be the full health on the other end, not okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's enough to drop you and then deal full health again. Boom.
Or 50.
Or 50.
Didn't we debunk that?
You debunked it. I allow it.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. Yeah.
You said no in your game.
Yeah.
The other Yeti makes a swipe at one of the last 3 guards in front of it, connecting and dropping him, and he turns and swipes at Pavu, casting his chilling glare at him as well. Give me a con save, Pavu.
Chilling glare.
Constitution save
Yep.
is a 17.
Alright, you shrug off its cold as if it was nothing. And what's your AC? 11, 10, 12?
12.
Strikes you for... I roll 5s and 6s against Mike. I roll 1s and 2s against you.
The most sense.
So that is... 12 damage, including 1 cold. I believe you're resistant, so you take 0 from that.
Yep.
So 10.
10 damage.
Yeah.
Still fucking us up.
Yeah?
Alright.
And then the last 2 remaining guards. One attempts to stab the Yeti attacking Pavu in the back. Do you
Wait,
wish
what?
to grant... What? There's 2 guards left.
He's stabbing the Yeti in the back, not you.
Oh.
Do you
Okay.
wish to give him advantage?
Yes.
He attacks and hits the Yeti.
That will kill him after.
Yep. I'm sorry, you said the guard attacking the Yeti.
A guard attacks the Yeti who's fighting Pavu.
Yeah, but you said stabbing in the back. And I was like, wait, he's stabbing me in the back? Really? What the fuck?
Papa would never
Well,
allow this.
To be fair, he did take thorns from your ally.
He doesn't know he's my ally.
I am a kobold.
And he stabs the Yeti, successfully drawing blood from its side. The final guard in the back, draws forth 2 wands.
Oh no. Because the
What do you think
Yetis
he's
weren't.
casting?
Because the Yetis weren't enough. I don't know, but he's dual wielding wands. Sounds like it could be a problem.
Out of 1 erupts a cone of fire. The guard, Yeti, and Pavu all give me dex saving throws, please.
Ah, that motherfucker's gonna die. 13.
Gonna die tonight.
Killing his buddy too, so.
Pavu, you take 14 points of fire damage.
Alright. No.
The guard in front of you collapses, burning to death.
I'm using my stone endurance.
And what does that do?
As a bonus action, I can roll a d12 plus my constitution to negate damage.
Okay. As a reaction or as a bonus action? It should say
I think it's a
reaction.
bonus.
I'd
I'm not
imagine
sure.
it says reaction, because if it's bonus action, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. How would that work?
Oh, it's on the fucking.
Xanathars?
Yeah.
Wait, what's Goliath then? Xanathars or is that Volos?
I think he's Volos.
Volos.
There's too many books!
I think it's 128. I think is my page.
Volos. Goliath. Let's just have it. Goliath. Stone's Endurance. You can focus yourself occasionally short. When you take damage, you can use your reaction to roll a d12, add your con modifier to the number rolled, reduce damage by that total. Alright,
So-
yeah, so it's your reaction. Which you've already used to make your attack of opportunity.
Oh, no!
Okay. So I take full.
Yeah.
Alright. So I'm at 3.
The real reason Lawrence was asking.
And then Eric's give me a, what is it? Sorry, let me just make sure. Give me a charisma save.
Charisma.
Yep.
Alright. 14.
Alright, you feel a weird tugging on the corners of your mouth. Though you're not sure what it is, you resist it. You all hear a muttered, "Shit, wrong wand."
That sounds like I just resisted Tasha's hideous laughter.
Who knows?
Or
That would have been a fun one. That would have been a good idea. I probably should have gone with that. That brings us to Jay's turn.
Alright, guys. What do I do?
You tell me, Jay, what are you doing?
Play your
It's
character.
your turn.
There's, what, one Yeti and one guard left?
There's 2 Yetis and 1 guard.
One
There's a Yeti standing over Zook, and there's a Yeti in front of Pavu, and then there's 1 guard who's dual wielding wands.
The one in front of Pavu is pretty damn wounded at this point, isn't he?
The one on top of Zook is pretty damn wounded at this point. The one in front of Pavu is not too bad. Well, he's
Kill
bad.
the guard to prove our allegiance. Fuck the Yetis.
No,
Are you saying that in
I'm gonna.
character?
That is in character.
I don't know. I think I'm
You
gonna.
were with me. We need to prove our allegiance.
Yeah, but. Well, I'm just gonna kill off or try to kill the Yeti.
Ooh.
That's over Zook.
Zook thanks you. He was about to get eaten.
I was?
Yeah.
You just don't know it yet.
Does 14 hit him?
Yep.
Don't ruin it without a character knowledge.
Well, Dave's gonna save him, so I have.
Oh no! Doesn't matter.
Dave was gonna save him, so I have to at least put that threat that it was coming. Don't do enough damage. Don't do enough damage. Let me
Does
kill him.
4 damage kill him?
Damn it.
Yes!
What were you hitting him with?
That was just my short sword.
All right, you charge up and stab the Yeti in the back with a short sword, causing it to collapse on top of Zook. Zook gets 1 to the bad.
That's one way to go about it. Chris, when it keeps kicking you from the Discord call, are you...
It's the mute thing. Absolutely 100% about to save it.
I was gonna say, okay, so I think, I wonder if it's too many activities, like preventing some sort of, like, botting kind of interaction. If you do too many things in such a time frame, it drops the call to prevent...
It's possible. They're still working this thing out. I'm not complaining because it's free and the video quality is tenfold what Google Chat was. So
Video quality is better, sound quality is better, except for you guys cutting yourselves off. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
don't get me started on fucking push to talk. I'm so mad at it. I'm so mad at it.
It's a push-to-talk issue, and it's not, this isn't the first complaint that we've had from Chris on it. We give him shit all the time in WoW, too, about it. And he went voice activity for that reason. I've just been using the mute on the headset, and it's... I mean, I haven't gotten kicked since I swapped that, so...
Maybe I should do that. Is that less?
I don't hear you. There was a slight pop for you turning it off and on, I assume, because of where it's located.
No, I'll just go push to mute. That doesn't seem to disconnect me.
How far away is the mage?
It's not a mage.
It's a guard with wands, dude.
Guard
Be
with
anything.
wands.
Lawrence?
How far
that?
away is he?
She
She.
is from where you are 35 feet.
Mm.
You can always throw that dagger. If you think it'll kill it.
So it totally wouldn't kill her.
I think it would.
Yeah, I guess I'll stay here. Try to heal Zook, maybe.
Gotta drag him out from under the Yeti.
No, don't.
Not necessarily.
Just touch the leg that's sticking out.
Well, I didn't mean to heal him. I just mean, like, in general, we're gonna have to drag Zook out from under a Yeti.
Yeah.
Probably not too much of an issue for Pavu, I hope.
You hope.
Then again, Pavu is big on, like, honor and doing things for yourself, so maybe he's like, no, free
So what are you
yourself.
doing the rest of your turn, Jay?
I'm just gonna stay next to Zook's body.
You know, you guys don't have to stop because I walk away. I don't know if you are or not. I'm just simply stating.
There was
We're
a
not.
dropped. Chris
Yeah.
disconnected, and there was stuff going on. So.
Gotcha.
The door.
Door cast chill touch on the remaining guard.
Yeah, that's got. I still don't like the fact that that's ranged now. I'm so used to that being a touch attack. It bothers me.
A 19 break.
Yeah.
Because it's in the name.
It's in the name. I mean, it's how it's been, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'll touch him way over there.
Yeah, like literally chill touch, but not a touch.
And there's already Ray of Frost and stuff, so.
There should be a bad touch.
I think that's just inflict wounds, which is actually a pretty diesel spell.
7 damage.
All right. As your spectrally icy hand lashes out from your fingertips, it reaches out and seems to slow an instant before touching her, poking her on the forehead. As icy chill spreads across her face, she gasps as her eyes lock upon yours. She does not fall.
They changed it to necrotic damage. I don't know.
It's necrotic. Why are they
Yeah.
changing everything about this?
They made it ranged, they changed it damage.
It's necrotic damage, and she cannot regain health until my next turn, I believe.
Dogs
Yeah,
and
the
cats
start-
living
the start of
together.
your next
Mass
turn.
hysteria.
Okay. Fair enough.
It went from icy touch to wink of death.
Now it's like a ranged vampiric touch instead.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know. This is weird.
It's like,
They screwed it all up on me, man.
Why not, like, chill from the grave or something like that?
Anywho.
What?
I'm going to stay out of melee range, but close the distance.
Close distance by how much?
Out of melee range, and then that's it.
Okay. Brings us back to Pavu. With the angry Yeti in front of him.
let's go. Fucking toe to toe.
Too bad you don't have flanking.
Don't care. I roar in anger and attack.
Alright.
First attack is a 19.
19 hits.
Oh, second attack is a possible crit because I have a 19 to 20 crit. So that would be a 25, and then
How do you have a 19 to 20 crit? Just want to.
They give that to Goliath as well
Yeah.
as Torque?
No, I don't see that in there. I'm looking at it right now.
Not improved crit.
Under Goliath? Or do you have it from something else?
It might be under the fighter.
That's what I'm asking, is where you're getting it from. I'm not doubting
Pretty
that.
sure that's under the fighter. Like
Trying to figure it out.
99.
You guys are all new stuff, so I'm trying to figure out what everybody
Martial
got.
archetype for a champion, improved critical.
Okay.
Yep, that's what it is.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
I was gonna say they may me do a half horse less cool. That kind of blows.
Now, if you were an orc champion, you've got the ×3 and an improved crit. Like that'd be pretty nasty.
Oh, that'd be nasty. Yeah, no, I'm only 19 to 20 times 2. Does a 19 hit.
A 19 does hit.
All right, so I have hit, and hit on crit.
So 2 hits, one of them being a crit.
Does the crit come from the main or the off?
It was your second roll, so it'd be the off.
Okay. So 6 damage on the first attack. And
Is that your short sword or is that your club?
my club.
Okay. Your club smacks him across the face, causing icy spittle to fly.
I'm assuming short sword is only ×2.
Yeah, it's just all weapons are ×2.
So 16 total on the short sword.
And your short sword bites deeply into its neck, causing bright red blood to pump as the beast tries to make a roar and collapses, bleeding out on the ground.
I give a grunt and thump my chest and look to the heavens as though that kill was for my clan.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, I'm done. No.
Okay.
Can I take a bonus action?
Okay.
What's no? Actually, what's nearest to me? So I just downed the Yeti. All that stuff is the other. There's the
Is the
Yeti
caster.
and
Is the
The caster?
dual-wielding caster, yeah. She's about 15 feet away from you.
there's still
Right.
another Yeti, right?
She is 20 feet from you, sorry.
No, the other Yeti,
The other Yeti
down on
is
top of.
laying on top of where you last saw Zook.
Um.
Mike's like, save me, save me, save me, save me. Hope you got another character roll.
How far away is he?
Who?
I mean, I'm standing
Zook.
like over the body because I was going to heal him.
Zook is from you.
Oh, you are over him?
Zook is 15 feet away from you.
Yeah.
You do see Jay standing near the body as well.
Alright, then I'm going to use second wind as a bonus action to gain some health back.
Okay.
D10 plus fire level. 8. I get 11 health back. So I am at 14. That's what you have, right?
Yep.
Alright. I'm good. How far away is the Yeti from me?
The other dead Yeti?
Yeah,
That one's 15 feet away from you.
15 feet. And then the caster is 15 as well.
20.
Okay.
20 in the opposite direction.
Okay. Alright, I'm good.
Zook, death saving throw at disadvantage.
One to the bad.
That's 2 to the bad.
would have been something if you got a nat 1 on your disadvantage.
That would have been bad.
Just dead.
Zook, welcome to session 2.
Start over. Hope
Eric.
you had it rolled.
Eric, you're up.
Alright, how far away is the guard from me? I know I had already previously moved.
The guard from you is about 40 feet.
Alright, that's a fine distance. I'll fire regular attack. What is this regular attack without fucking spells? This is shit. That'll be a 19.
That hits. You guys wonder why I throw such big bads at you can deal so much damage? It's because these things are your challenge rating, and I throw 3 of them at you in the same day without rest, without gear, and you guys walk away like, yeah, no problem. This is why I throw continually harder fights. It's your challenge rating, each one.
In fairness,
Power gamers.
In fairness, I'm not holding back on spells so far, and also Zook isn't walking anywhere right now.
He's fine. Dave's gonna heal him.
That's going to be 7 damage.
Alright, she grunts as the arrow takes her under the ribs a bit. But is still standing. You'd assume you found the captain of the expedition.
Damn you, Scuba Steve. Through all the combat, does she look like she's taking a beating, or like?
Oh yeah, she's not doing great. She's
Okay.
not happy, not doing well, but
I probably should have reversed the order of me doing some things, but too late now. That's my turn.
that's your turn?
Yep.
Alright. That brings us to Mr. Yetis are down. That brings us to the guard's turn. Alright. Quickly stashing one wand, she pulls out a scroll. Mutters a few words, and you watch as her flesh seems to turn to rock. Mobile rock.
Goddamn stone skin.
She holds out the other one, then reaches to her belt and downs a red potion, and then looks at it in shock as her health does not restore.
Yeah. Good thing you said that, Chris.
Yeah, buddy.
Good on ya.
Nice.
Clutch.
Jay, you're up.
Mortal strike.
I'm gonna
Keep stroking that beard, dude. That was brilliant.
blackout kick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna touch Zook and cast Cure Wounds.
I'm glad you added that second part.
For a total of 8 health.
Zook, you are conscious. However, you have a massive weight, and you can feel your ribs pressing inwards from the pressure. It will hurt you every turn.
And then I'm going to run off.
But at least your death saves reset.
Until next time.
I
Until he
mean,
dies again from the pressure.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need Pavu to
What is that,
move.
T-Pain?
Am I T-painting? I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need Pavu to move it. So I'm gonna run off and try to move my 25 feet towards the guard.
Alright, you are 10 feet away from her.
That is my turn.
I have no idea who Giles Corey is. Or is it Giles Corey?
Doesn't matter.
Fair enough. Anything else there, Dave? Nope. Lightweight, baby! Lightweight!
Is it Giles or is it Giles?
Everybody wants to be a bodybuilder, but nobody wants to lift that heavy-ass weight.
Giles from Buffy?
I don't know if it's Giles or Giles, but he's the farmer that was accused of witchcraft, and they started to just pile weight on him, and his final words were more weight.
That's pretty awesome.
I'm thinking of Giles from Buffy, so anything else he just said went way over my head.
Yeah.
Find me a link and share that. I want to read up on this person.
Random.
Why? Yeah, I want to know. I thought you were talking about a bodybuilder or something. That's why I started doing bodybuilder joke quotes at you. Anywho, the door, you're up.
Is this some Salem shit?
Yeah, Salem witch trials.
Yep.
Refuse to enter or plead guilty or not guilty.
I just saw the picture and I was like, alright.
I want to read up on this guy now.
I am going
Saw the
to...
apparition of Giles Gorey come and afflict me, urging me to write in his book, and so he continued most dreadfully to hurt me, by times beating me and almost breaking my back, till the day of his examination, being the 19th April, 1692. And also during the time of his examination, he did afflict and torture me most grievously, and also several times, since urging me vehemently to write in his book. And I verily believe in my heart that Giles Gorey is a dreadful wizard, for since he had been in prison, he or his appearance has come and most grievously tormented me. Funny guy.
So how hurt does this lady appear to be?
She appeared to be quite hurt, but her flesh turned to stone, so it's a little harder to tell.
Between me and her, do I have any party members in the middle?
Jay's
I guess.
in the way. No, Pablo, you didn't. You did move. No, you didn't move up. So just Jay's in the way.
All right, the distance between Jay and the guard.
Jay is 10 feet away from the guard.
I'm wondering if I bring the guard into Jay's attack range with Thorn Whip, would he get an attack of opportunity?
Nope.
I guess this is, it's getting out of combat
It
rather
also
than
has
into
to be a
it.
willing move, as opposed to a forced move. You just take a dump? What was that face?
I'm thinking
Oh, don't
what I would do versus what the door would do.
Thought I saw the steam coming out of those headphones for a second.
Possible.
You guys didn't hear that, right?
Oh, we did.
I heard it.
Hold on, was it this?
Yeah.
Yep.
The same?
I was just talking at the same time, so it was muted a bit. Chill touch again. 24.
Hits.
7 damage.
Alright, you hear an audible gasp, which sounds like stone grinding on stone. And she almost falls over, but staggers back to her feet.
I'm going to look at, keep forgetting his name. I'm going to look at Zook. Savannah says the cycle is not through with you. And I will heal him for...
You have a healing word?
Yes,
Alright.
I got... Ooh, I max rolled the... Wait, is that a... No, it is. Max roll again. You get another 8.
Is it just within hearing range within 30 feet?
60 feet.
Because you can't see him.
I just need to see a part of him. I don't see an arm. He's completely submerged under the creature.
You can see a boot. I'll give you the boot. So how much you healing for?
Max 8.
Hey, look at that. You made it back to full health. Nope. You're at 3 down. Almost at full health again. Everyone's burning all their heals to keep you alive, man.
That is all my heals, so...
Help us
We
help
don't-
you.
We don't know each other. Like, that's... No, we did...
I think even if you're neutral... I think neutral and above, you're not just going to let a fellow prisoner just die out of the blue.
No, you're right.
I would... Yeah,
No,
so...
I keep forgetting that, like, we did things in the prison. Like, we were always, as a group, in the prison. So there was camaraderie. I get it.
I wouldn't have helped you.
Yeah, because you're an idiot. I'll give you the intelligence thing.
I'm not going to help you either until I kill what needs to be killed. And then once it's dead, I'll help.
Idiot, yes, but also because kobold.
What are you, like, neutral evil?
Well, there is some law. It's like a law of strength.
Lawful evil. There we go.
Who? Me?
Me.
Oh.
That's why Eric's has respect for Pavu.
Power. Kobolds like strong.
Yeah.
But kobolds are also very selfish and aren't going to worry about people, which is why you've been warned by multiple NPCs. He's going to stab you in the back.
It worked.
I'm a
out in my
hermit.
favor,
I'm
though.
not used to dealing with them.
It worked out in our favor that I sold out someone that wasn't part of this party.
True.
So she's the last one alive, right? The other Yeti's dead.
Yes.
Yep.
Alright. The distance between me and the guard.
25.
He's going the distance.
I'll close in by 20,
All right.
and I'm done.
Pavu.
Alright, so all I have left is the wand wielding.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. How far away?
From you, 20 feet.
Close the distance, and I'm attack.
Okay.
First attack is a 16.
16 does not hit.
Attack with the short sword is a 23.
That hits.
Alright, so short sword. Six damage.
All right. As your short sword hits, you note that it seems to have a lesser impact against the stony flesh.
I thought the stony flesh pulled away.
Nope. Nope, she has no problem making a concentration check against that.
Essentially, we're hoping to hit with the club rather than the slashing damage of a sword.
I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
Do it again.
Yep. Do it all again.
Baba. Baba.
20.
Hits.
And possible critical again. That's a 25.
Yeah, that hits.
Alright, so... Oh, my club sucks, though.
Mm-hmm.
If I could give it Shillelagh, I would.
Alright, wow, max damage. Alright, so first swing... 8 damage total. And then...
Staggers under the blow, but is still on her feet, though you can see cracks, serious cracks forming in the stone.
Possible crit on the short sword. Rolling. Nope. That's a 6. No,
Nope.
8.
Nope, not a crit.
Yeah, I do that. And then another 8 damage with the short sword.
And she gasps, staggers back as you see serious cracks, and the stone seems to melt away, though she's still on her feet, but barely.
Oh, fuck. Somebody fucking kill her.
Zook, you automatically take 2 crushing damage, and then it's your turn.
All right. What appendages are free? My head free or my arms free?
You've got a hand and a boot.
Okay. Can I see the enemy?
You can see a lot of fur pressing into your face.
Okay.
Bloodied fur pressing into your face. Yeti blood.
I'm going to attempt to cast Mage Hand. And using the Mage Hand, I'm going to use it to help assist me pushing this thing off myself.
I mean,
It's like 10 pounds of weight, but okay.
I know. Everything helps when you're a little gnome.
What's your strength?
8.
Well, I'm going to give you points for creativity. I appreciate it.
Give me a strength check. At disadvantage.
Oh. 8 or 9. I got a nat 20, by the way.
Sorry,
I
man.
was so happy.
I saw the face lit.
You've got no leverage
Lit
to
up.
push. You're just like, ugh.
I really like how you lit up and were about to speak, and Lauren's like, disadvantage.
You are unable to wiggle even a little bit more free.
Benny. What's that?
Okay.
Anything else?
No.
Okay.
No. Eric's, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to fire at the guard. 23.
That hits.
And that's going to be good old Colossus Slayer.
That's such a right. Is that not so great?
It really is. So that'll be 13 damage.
She gasps as the arrow pierces her breast, and she collapses.
Give me the RP.
I mean, we're out of combat, so go ahead.
Combat?
No, not here.
Oh. Lawrence, I fired.
Take 2 more crushing damage.
Lawrence, I fired 4 arrows. I'm going to try to reclaim what I can.
I will attempt to drag out Zook.
One of the arrows is recoverable.
Pavu, quick! We need help getting this Yeti off Zook.
Strength check there, Dodor.
I'm gonna try to help the door.
Go ahead. Roll strength to see if you can assist.
16.
Hold on. You might have advantage. Hold on.
No. 5.
So no, you don't have advantage. 16?
Yeah.
You're able to lever one of the beast's arms, allowing Zook free use of one of his arms.
Eric's is going to begin taking the greatly damaged daggers and crudely removing the heads of the guards that are nearby.
Wait,
All right.
take their fucking clothes off.
As you start to do so, one of the daggers breaks.
Okay.
I meant to drag Zook, taking advantage of the slippery terrain of the snow underneath him, not lifting the beast.
Well, try to do another strength check. I mean, you didn't have much to pull on before you moved the arm anyways. You'd been pulling fingers trying to pull him out.
18?
Alright, Zook, give me a strength check with advantage. Or dex. Your choice.
Did you say advantage or disadvantage?
Advantage.
Oh, all right.
You can make your choice,
18.
strength or dex.
18 dex.
Alright, you managed to wriggle 90% out. One of your feet are still trapped underneath the beast.
I gasp for breath and do my best to pull my foot out.
And you do so.
Alright.
At this point, I'm assuming I heard.
You heard the call, you saw Dodor run over, you saw him pulling, heard Jay trying to help, and you've also seen Eric sawing at what's left of the guards' heads, breaking one dagger in the process and trying to remove the others.
I move to the guards and start lopping heads off.
I'm gonna, before they do that, I'm gonna try to, since Zook's free, I'm gonna try to find the smallest pair of shoes I can and take them off.
I apologize. So, to Jay, clearly you do not need my help.
Not anymore.
And then at that point, that's what I saw. So I go to cutting guards' heads off.
Yeah, that's fine. Not anymore, thanks though.
With the heads being handily taken care of by something that's not a crude dagger, I'll start going through what I can as far as taking arrows, repurposing clothes. There's a cloak that's still in decent condition. I'm looking for that specifically.
Okay. Jay, you pry the boots off of the lady guard's feet, that being the smallest of the bunch, are still quite a bit too large for you. Though, with some work and possibly some rope or some way to stuff them, you may be able to utilize them. Eric's, you collect 2 heads before Pavu joins you. Pavu, you end up collecting 2 more. The rest of the skulls are either gone or already crushed. Eric's, you are able to find a cloak in decent condition. A few minor tears, but nothing extreme. You find no arrows on any of them, though.
Okay.
Outside of the ones you put there.
The woman being the smallest, I'm just gonna take all of her shit.
Alright. So
yeah.
Jay's starting to loot her. Jay's gasping for breath, sitting by a dead Yeti. The door standing over him. Pavu is finishing up chopping off heads.
Duke?
So yeah, getting up from the Yeti, I dust myself off, cast prestidigitation on my clothes again to make them warm, and I look to those who helped me and say, you have my thanks. That certainly was a close one. And I start looking around, examining the area, seeing what guards aren't being looted, things like that.
The snow around you is covered in blood at this point. The snow is falling pretty heavily, though. No problem moving to a guard that's not being looted, though.
I put the 2 heads that I've claimed down long enough to put the cloak on, and then I'll just pick the heads back up. I got 2!
To Zook. You almost seen the full cycle. Life, death. Isn't it beautiful?
Cock my eyebrow for just a moment, and then a grin passes my face. It wasn't the first time, and it won't be the last. But you have my thanks still.
You should learn how to dig.
I just kind of look.
Something tells me Sylvana said it wasn't your time. But when the cycle is complete, it's true beauty.
Jay, you find 2 wands, a a scroll case containing a single scroll, one red vial, a short sword, and a pouch containing a gold piece and 6 silver.
I walk into where the rest of them are, drop the 2 heads, and shake my head, almost a little sadly. Nothing fair about that.
These beasts were twice the challenge the guards could have possibly put up.
I should have fought them with one hand tied behind my back. That would have been fair.
But then you couldn't use other hand to do hand things.
That's right, little one. Eric's, they call you.
Yes. Eric's name Eric's.
That's right. Honor above all.
You fought well. Do you need healing? You look like you might.
Just let me be.
Pablo, let's quickly dispatch these beasts. I feel the back of camp, some bartering would do us some good. These pelts should fetch a high price.
I clearly sighed dejectedly and then began doing so.
Lords, in collecting the heads, I know one dagger broke. Did the other, after, in the process of getting the second head?
What about it?
Did the other dagger...
No, the other dagger's still okay.
Is there a guard with a dagger in better condition?
You did see Jay pick one up off the lady guard. You'd have to search the other bodies to see if they had one.
I'll look over the other ones.
I didn't get a dagger. I thought I only got a short sword.
Oh yeah, never mind. I was going to say dagger, and I should have short sword. She wasn't wielding it, so it didn't matter.
So using Pavu's strength in my deaf hands, can we... How do we want to roll for the skinning?
You're going to give me... One of you can give me a dex check, and the other can try to give advantage by rolling higher than 10.
Alright, Ryan, assist me. I'm going to go with my +4 dex and rely on that.
And I'm going to go with my strength.
I roll a 16.
Right, alright, so... I'm asking a million questions because this is like what I do for a living, so I'm curious. We're trying to peel this thing back, so I'm giving you a strength check.
Well, I'm assuming like you are holding up the heavy limbs into like an appropriate angle, considering I can't possibly lift these heavy appendages. So I'm basically allowing you to give me a good angle, and me having a high dex, I'm just able to get under it well.
So if you roll higher than the 10 on your strength, you'll get advantage on that dex check.
11.
Alright, I'll roll again. 23. Hi!
Show your pom-pom.
I love your pom-pom.
Hi, Penny.
Hi.
You say goodnight? Good night.
What am I rolling? Opposing strength again, right?
You're not rolling any opposing, you were assisting. You rolled to assist and you got advantage because of it.
Oh, okay.
Right, what's everybody else doing while they're trying to carve up the Yeti?
Say no night.
I guess I'll loot the rest of them.
I was looting the one that I was at.
Right. You find some, Zook, you find clothes that are in great disrepair after that battle. Most of them are torn and shredded, though for smaller stature that's not necessarily a bad thing, as it makes it easier to tear down, I guess would be the word. Goddamn nose.
Speaking of which, Lawrence, I would like to start working on a profession, considering my backstory.
Yeah.
I would like to work on tailoring.
Yeah, well, you gotta do some tailoring then.
I intend on to. Wait until we get back to camp, though.
Alright.
Any success with a dagger?
You are able to find a boot knife, yes.
Good enough.
Zook, you find on the guard 3 silver and 8 copper. You find a longsword and a leather brigandine.
A leather what?
Leather armor.
Okay. Would it fit me?
Not without significant alteration.
I can't wear armor anyway, I don't think.
What was that word you used, Lawrence?
A brigandine.
Brigandine? Is that pronounced?
I've always pronounced it brigandine, I don't know.
I grew up in such a mess of a French-English household, so that was just like me.
Oh, I could be wrong, man.
asking.
I learned a lot of my vocabulary from reading, so
Sounds like me and epitome.
if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. I mean, I don't know. Dude, I always called a usurper an usurper until somebody corrected me. I called Quay a K a Quay until somebody corrected me.
I wasn't calling you out, I was asking for education.
No, yeah. I'm always, I was saying it back. If you know the correct pronunciation, if I'm wrong, tell me. Like, I don't know. Not many people talk medieval weaponry and armor, so I don't get
It's also true. Very true.
Ryan, if you're trying to say something, you were muted before you muted. Lawrence, as far as weather goes and dealing with the cold, how much is the cloak helping between the cloak and the pine?
better than you were. Not winter weather gear is the problem.
Survival check for how long it'll take to get us back to camp.
Okay.
It's going to be a 17.
It'd be a couple hours, you're pretty sure.
Wait, hold on. Do we have a ranger, a fighter that hunts, and then me a druid? Awesome. I'm loving this.
Yeah. You guys rolled well for a survival campaign without knowing it was a survival campaign.
Nice.
Given the length it'll take, I'm going to try to get some more cover. Be it scraps of clothes from fallen guards or pine or what have you, so that I'm better equipped.
Yeah, you have no problem finding scraps of cloth at this point to stuff in.
I'm basically going to just ad-lib pieces of clothes.
Okay.
Pavu, you want to break down the second, or should we continue our method?
I do not have a dagger, but I can if you wish.
Okay. I'll break down the second one. Allowing him to assist me in lifting the appendages.
Alright, I mean, the strength check. Pavu?
23.
You have advantage on your dex.
19.
You successfully skin the second Yeti.
While they're doing that, were there any more guards to loot or no?
Yeah, you can go through the rest of the guards.
Okay.
All told, on the rest of the guards, you find 12 silver and 22 copper. You find a longsword, a mace, 3 more leather armor sets that are in wearable condition. So everything is quite battered or torn up for the most part. So the rest of the suits aren't really serviceable outside of their leather.
Night.
I wish to... Well, hold on. Gather as much as you can for bartering. Place it all in the pelt.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to Zook and say, and give him the wands and say, you could probably use one of these.
I gladly accept them.
So you have two wands, I think. One is, what is it? Flame cone, fire cone, and the other one was something that tugged at your lips.
Yeah, I take them. Say, thank you very much. Who had these? Where did you find them?
They're off the chick.
Did she have anything else?
She had a scroll, a red vial, potion, a short sword, and some money. And these boots.
Notebooks.
No books, sorry.
I call out to the rest of the group. Well, I have a long sword and leather armor if anyone's interested. And I start, I put those on the ground and start studying the wands.
Oh, speaking of armor, I don't know if I didn't write it down or if it was never mentioned. I'm going to assume I didn't write it down. Do I get any buffs from the guard clothing that I got?
No, that's why you didn't have to make a check before, though.
Okay. I will take the leather armor then, assuming it's human sized.
It is.
I will wear the human leather armor.
Okay, and I'll grab the longsword to just have everything in a bundle.
Paying no attention to the call for leather armor or short sword, I do want to look around for straightened sticks and small pieces of iron. Before I forget.
Give me an investigation check. Assuming you're seriously looking, if you're just looking around, perception.
No, I'm actually trying to look around. This is what I was told to bring back in.
So leather armor is just 11 plus dexterity, right?
Don't worry, Ryan. I got it covered. Anything in the player's handbook, I've got covered.
I assumed.
Outside of the player's handbook, not so much.
Not so much.
Outside of the one that was
Nice.
asked of me, I haven't looked it up. I haven't looked outside the player's handbook.
Investigation's a 18.
You managed to find two sticks that seem, to your mind, at least serviceable.
2 to my mind? Oh boy.
What's an 11? Yes, 11 plus dex, 10 pounds. What? What is that, Chris? Or, sorry, that's Dave.
He was asking what the leather armor specs were.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I just was asking if anyone knew off the top of their head, but thank you.
Come on, you should know our resident Steve knows.
That's why I was asking. So stuffing anything that people put into the pelt, I'm going to tie the pelt up as kind of like a bag, tie it up with a piece of clothing, and see if Pavu minds carrying.
Give me a use rope check.
It's sleight of hand now, right?
Yeah.
20.
Alright, you managed to fasten and tie the difficult and awkward Yeti skin.
I'm afraid this is too much for me to carry. Are you able to help out?
I sling it over my shoulder without a question.
Bless you.
I give a curt bow.
Are we going back
Not
to the
bow,
other Yeti?
just lead.
Fair enough. And I'm going to lead us on the way back, ideally to the third Yeti kill.
Give me a survival check.
Poop. 13.
Alright, you wander off into the snowstorm. Thankfully, the wind is at your back, making it easier to move, though the view before you is quite obscured as the heavy snow continues to fall.
As he's leading, I want to make my own checks and like measure them against.
Yeah, I was about to say the same.
Well, why not? Everybody go ahead if you want to.
I'm not used to this terrain. I'm sorry. Spare me.
16.
We're doing survival.
Mm-hmm.
And nat 1.
Alright, Pavu, you are completely disoriented. If you didn't have the door leading you, you would be wandering off into the mountains for all you know. Eric's, you think the door is a little bit off. You think you should correct by about a third of about 30 degrees. Not that you know what degrees are.
Let me put that in Eric's terms. What race is the door? Elf?
What
elf,
elf?
right?
Wouldn't.
Pointy ear, friend. More that way.
I'm not used to this terrain. You were right before. Who am I to doubt you again?
And the kobold leads you into a trap. Little do you know, but Adam's been texting me on the side. Can I leave a sign for other kobolds to help me ambush them?
He can do any side as he wants. What I have up front is what I'm going to base it off.
Yeah, he actually has one level of thief or of rogue, and he's leaving thieves can't trails signs behind.
Thank you, Dave.
Be sweet.
Got a tribe of kobolds guiding each
I'm
other.
just saying it would actually work that way.
So you didn't read his backstory. He's actually the leader of a tribe, and they're all just waiting for him.
Of a thieves guild.
So anyway,
Of the thieves guild.
Well, I will adjust my course to his instruction, and I will give you another survival if you require it.
If you want to follow his lead, you can let him. You can follow his lead. You don't need to make a check for it.
I will follow his lead. I trust him.
Alright,
All
so
right.
my survival going forward is a 17.
All right. After a bit of trekking, you find yourself back where the previous Yeti slaying had been. You see that something has been getting to the corpse, as well as a large snowdrift forming around it.
Just as I feared. I wish we had some rope. Nothing we could have done, though. Let's do our best. Papu, if you will.
I'm gonna say we're lucky that we continued. Otherwise, we might have found all of those guards with their heads bitten off.
It's very true. Perhaps I'm too cautious.
I ignore most of what is said, and I approach Eric's. I put my big hand on the top of his head. Good job, little friend. Well done. Better than I could have done. And I smile and look down on him, and then I move over to the Yeti and begin.
Eric's takes all that, is very like hands on hips and like I did a good job. And I'm going to, while they take care of that Yeti, do the same search for bits of iron and sticks.
Okay.
I'm waiting on your roll, Ryan.
Zook, Jay, you guys doing anything?
I'm just gonna keep an eye
Extra
out.
strength.
Perception, they're good.
I need your strength 10. I get advantage.
Strength 17.
Advantage.
Nat 20
All right.
on the mangled pelt, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mangled pelt though it is, you're able to put some work in on it and recover a good bit of it. Moving around the gnawed sections, you're able to recover at least half of the pelt in decent condition.
Survival check if I'm able to discern the distance between here, the place I made a mental note of, back to camp.
All right, give me a throw.
Another 19 plus.
You can add double your wisdom.
19 plus 12, 31.
Plus 12, damn. Yeah, you are confident about where to go to get to the cave from here.
Sorry, my question was distance.
Oh, the distance probably be about an hour and a half, 2 hours of trekking, maybe longer if the snow continues to pick up and build beneath your feet and around you.
Pavo, is this meat edible?
I'm going to give it a sniff.
While that's happening, everybody but Pavu, give me a con save, please. I have no idea what you said there, Adam. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to override you there.
Sorry. Big beastie usually eat kobold, not other way. Since you asked out loud. And con is a 12.
All right. Jay, you take 2 cold damage. Eric's, you take 3 cold damage. Yeah. And Jay, you see no sign of enemies as you were keeping watch. Just the storm growing stronger and stronger.
Any luck with sticks and iron?
Unfortunately, no. With the snow building up the way it is, sticks are very hard to spot, and you see no signs of iron.
How did Pavo do on that meat check?
I was waiting for you
Okay.
guys to finish. So survival.
Yeah.
20. Yep.
All right. You're trying to butcher it, or are you trying to determine if you can eat it?
I want to know if it's bad.
And you have 20?
Yep.
You doubt most stomachs would be able to hold it down.
No. No good. Get rid of it.
It's a shame to let the meat to waste. However, I'm going to rip out some fat from the meat. Tear off a
Are you taunting this? You Luke Skywalkering?
no, almost. Well, I don't know. You're gonna tell me if this works, but I feel like it's going to. I grab a nearby thick stick, wrap some of the tattered robes that we've gathered around the stick, slather some of the fat around it, and then use Druidcraft to light it up, and hand it off to the small folk. I don't know how much it's going to do, but at least it's some sort of heat.
Interesting. Give me an intelligence check.
Okay. What is my intelligence modifier? I don't use that often. It is 0, so I got a 15.
Alright, you managed to put together a makeshift torch. And it does light. It seems to burn quite smoky with a noxious, unpleasant scent, but it is fire. And it is burning.
Retching almost a little bit. Try not to breathe it in, but the warmth should help.
I'll grab it. Try to keep it near the small people.
I'm going to, since the Yeti's taken care of, I'm going to start heading back towards camp, trying to keep, since we're approaching that destination, I want to try to keep a an eye out for sticks as I travel, but I also want to get out of the cold. So
Okay. One in, one out.
nat 20 on the survival for that.
You're unable to find sticks, but you're able to lead the way.
I figured.
As you continue trekking through the snow, the storm only seems to grow heavier, causing your pace to slip noticeably as you drag through the snow slowly and slowly. As the pressure of the snow around you seems to grow, the winds howl. Need another con save from everybody except for Pablo.
Goliath was the appropriate race. Con save is going to be a 15.
You say that now until you run into the kobold caverns and he can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
That's also true.
You get to the kobold cavern and Pavu sits in the main chamber while the rest of you do the mission.
Eric's helpful words then is like, big friend, make it just dig. And he just runs off.
Alright. Jay, you take 1 point of cold damage. Zook, you take no points of cold damage. And Eric, you take 1 point of cold damage.
Okay. Do you want another survival check for getting back to the camp?
Yep, please.
23.
23?
Yep.
Okay. As you continue your slow, slugging pace, you think you see a thinning in the trees up ahead. You believe you're close. As you break the tree line finally, you seem to note that wisdom saves are necessary. Check, sorry.
Wisdom check.
Yeah.
Damn, Dave, coming in hot.
Chris, I need a con save, and then everyone's making a wisdom check. That 17's your con or your wisdom?
Oh, I just read the message.
Okay.
Con save when I'm back. Do you want my wisdom now?
Yep, please. You managed to take no cold damage as you shrug, as you managed to huddle in on yourself, resisting the cold. You all broke through the tree line, and you can see barely through the wind the cave mouth. So my wisdom's checks here. So Eric's, Pavu, and Dodor. You all note that as you start to walk towards the cave entrance, the snow around it seems to have been piled up undisturbed, and you see no sign of guards.
I slow my pace, heading back in. And look about for the guards.
Yeah, I'll walk into the cave face.
Give me a perception.
Or, like, walk through. Perception is a 22.
As you walk in, you immediately realize something's wrong. The people are gone. The tents are gone. You see a few makeshift lean-tos that were not broken down. You see no signs of gear or racks. You can see the fence that penned in the sparring area. But everybody and everything else seems to be gone. And we'll end it there.
Yep.
Your cliffhangers are driving me fucking crazy.
But they're good, though, huh?
They're great. I want so badly.
You want what so badly?
experience.
No, I just like my character. But the way I built this guy, we awesome. We're not live.
Hey,
You have no idea what you're saying.
everyone.
Yeah, everybody seems to be